Welcome back to the Boo Boo Show, hosted by me, Dom Martino. How's everybody doing? This is Dom's Corner, of course. And sitting over to my left is my co-host, Mr. Ian Schick. Ian, how you doing today?
Well, I'm glad that you didn't use the other name. I'm doing fantastic. How are you doing?
Oh, I guess just full of fuck-ups today. Down at my bottom left is Miss Samee Ramirez reading the news. Samee, how you doing today?
Hello. I'm happy to be here. I'm having a good time.
Good.
Having fun.
Yeah,
Are you a news anchor?
She is now, actually. We'll talk about that in a little bit, but and then down to my bottom right is Mr. Jareth Love. Jareth, how you doing today?
All right. Feel the love.
All right.
I'm vibing.
All right. So what were we talking about before we effed up there? And hey guys, real quick, if you haven't done so already, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, leave some feedback in the comment section, and share this with your friends. And we're just gonna hang out and have some fun. So yeah, all right. So
well, I think the last thing I remember I said, I was talking about Super Fight, not getting into the story after. I'm going into the story during Super Fight, because let me tell you, that game was fun as fuck, and I'm pretty positive that Jareth realized that I'm an asshole during that game.
What happened?
He told me the rules, and I was like, okay, I can roll with this. And me being who I am, it's like, I'll bend the rules to my fucking favor. With every game that I play, like, my friends won't even play Monopoly with me anymore because, I bend the rules. Especially, look, I'm an asshole when I play Monopoly. I'll tell you that much.
Well, remind me not to play with you because I follow the rules.
I follow the rules, but I'm usually the banker. So I'll add something, and I'll be like, hey, I see you're a little low on money there. Here's a loan.
My friend,
there's no reason to pay it back, but make sure you pay it back. And people usually, whenever you say you know how to pay it back, they'll be like, I feel a need to pay it back now.
my two best friends from like when I was a kid, James and Lance, and they still are really good friends to this day. But yeah, Jareth, you met James, but when we used to play Monopoly all the time, and James and Lance would argue about everything anyway, but James was like the guy that had to be right, and then like Lance just didn't give a shit, like he was trying to have a good time. But if like James would like hit him with a rule for Monopoly that was like an actual rule that Lance was like, that's not true, he would just start arguing. And it was so funny, and we always got a kick out of it because James would be pulling out the instructions and going through them for like hours trying to make sure that he was correct, and Lance would just be like taking a broomstick and fake humping him with it and stuff, and just like James wouldn't even notice because he was so into the instructions and shit. It was always a blast with those two, but like playing Monopoly with them was seriously, it was irritating, as funny as it was in retrospect.
Well, so during our game of Super Fight, I kind of did that to their characters. I kind of just took a broomstick and fucked them with it. He was just like, here are the rules, do what you can. And I was like, okay. So I picked something out. It was like Marvel characters, some shit. It's just like, yeah, just pick any Marvel character. And I was like, okay, Constantine, I guess, sure. And Constantine.
Hey, Ian. Yeah.
What's up? What?
That's not a Marvel character.
What fucking character was it?
Oh Lord,
I don't know, but that's DC.
That ain't a Marvel character.
I'll be right back. I have to settle something.
Welcome to the Boo Boo Show. Anyway, Samee,
where's Yogi?
Oh man,
Samee,
where's Yogi?
Yeah, there you go. We have to talk about Bad Ben.
I haven't started it yet, but tell me everything.
I didn't finish it. I went back to The Bachelor.
What are we talking about?
Okay, so there was a guy last night. Samee, give him the rundown of what happened.
Okay, so we were just talking about like different horror movies on our stereo stream last night, and somebody, I forget who it was. I don't know if you remember, Dom, but somebody.
I can't remember the exact name. No, unfortunately.
I don't remember either.
Nice guy.
But he came in and he was like, y'all, have you guys ever seen movie Bad Ben? And I never heard of it, so I Google it, and I see the poster. The poster is so ridiculous. It's a surveillance cam photo of this man's house at night, and then like written in chalk, it just says Bad Ben, and that's the poster. and it's written, it's directed and starring this man named Nigel Bach. Yes, there's the poster. The second I saw the poster, I was like, this is a joke. This isn't real. This is not a real movie right now.
Yeah, I started it. Oh, sorry, go ahead. You guys are frozen.
Oh my god, and here's the thing. There are 7 sequels.
What?
There are 8
Sharknado
films.
V2?
There are 8 films in the Bad Ben saga. All from this is the brainchild of a man named Nigel Bach. And he wrote the movie as it came to him, as he was filming it through the surveillance camera and phone camera of his own. The budget for the first one was a whopping $300. $300.
That's amazing.
And they're all on Amazon Prime. I plan on definitely watching the first one. And probably, if I like it, I'll probably watch the second one. Is called Batter Ben, the Final Chapter. And I will probably watch that one as well.
The second one, and there's 5 more. There's 5 more after the final chapter. Listen, Ian, just to answer your question, because you had a fair question. You asked me if I compare it to Sharknado. I'll break this down for you, okay? There are movies that are like bad.
No, I can already tell you that you can't compare.
No, you don't understand.
Sharknado had a fucking budget.
You don't understand. You don't understand. You really don't. Okay, there are movies that are bad. Your Spider-Man 3s, or things in that category. Just bad films. That Host movie that came out for the Twilight Writer. Just bad movies. There are bad movies. Right under that, you get movies that are so bad that they're funny. That's where you get The Room. That's where you
Manos,
get
The Hands of Fate.
Manos. That's where you get Samurai Cop. Right under that's Sharknado.
Birdpocalypse.
Right. Under that is where Bad Ben lives.
It's about like 3 layers of actual horse shit.
Yes.
And then there's Bad Ben.
Right.
So you have to dive into the horse shit first?
Yes.
Apparently. Jareth, I'm sorry.
There was a part.
I'm gonna go fucking kill myself.
No, don't say that.
Jareth, I apologize.
You're gonna make me put the stupid hotline up on the screen, man. Don't say things like that.
You know what? Go through and edit it, and then just like bleep it out, and just put the hotline over my mouth, please. Okay. Anyway, Jareth, here's what we need to do. We need to go and dive into this together, because I want to see your reaction specifically. I don't care about my reaction. I want to see yours.
I do too, but I'll tell you this: there is an unnecessary shot in this first 20 minutes that I kept rewinding. I sent it over to Sammy, but I kept rewinding it. He's in there. His power's out in the beginning. It's literally a guy in his cell phone. No, Nigel Bach is like, it's a guy in his cell phone walking through what appears to be his own house.
It is his own house. It's his own house.
He's walking through with his camera facing the house. You know what I mean? And it's like in the living room. It's like, it looks like he's moving or something. I don't know. But like the power's out in the house, and he's like, maybe he just broke into this house. It's like it was like abandoned and shot the movie there. I don't know, because there was
that was definitely my house.
There was it was so funny. He's like. There was like 1,300 newspapers on the porch, and he's like, oh, this is a little strange. But then he's just walking through the house, and it's like dark in there. There's no lights. There's no power. He's like, well, I guess I better call the electricians and get this shit taken care of. What do you say? And then there's this unnecessary cut where he puts it in selfie mode, and then it's just him and his face, and he goes, okay. And then he just cuts right back and continues talking about the electricians in the house. It's so weird. It didn't make sense. There is some guy out there named Randy Kyle Trevor, and he loves this movie. He loves this franchise. He's like, oh, me and my wife, my kids, we watched all 7 of these movies. 1, 3, 2, you name it. We got it after the final chapter, and then there was 5 more. Boom, that was a twist. I tell you what, I love all these movies. They told me, some bitches, you can't make a movie for under $300. Hell, you can make 7 for under $9. Man, I was scared shitless watching these newspapers on the porch. I'll tell you what, these we thought these was UFOs. Me, my son, my kid, we were all scared shitless. We had to go pray to our Lord and Savior Donald Trump. Yeah, I'm telling you, this is a real guy.
Does Randy smoke meth and listen to Nickelback also?
I'd say that's a given. Yeah.
Okay.
But I'll tell you, that's
At least he wasn't
that's the
Hey
fan.
Dom, at least he wasn't RJ proposing in front of Culver's.
Oh yeah, that's
Whoa.
true. That was a funny thing.
What?
Okay, I'll send you guys the meme.
Who proposes in front of fucking Culver's?
That's
almost as bad as proposing in front of McDonald's.
True.
Which is like some Kokomo meth shit.
Sammy, if you can recenter yourself, you went like left again, which I think is actually
yes.
your right. Hold on. There you go. Perfect. Thank you.
This way? Cool.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Yes.
appreciate it. Jareth, you went off frame, but you're looking at something, so you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're good. No, I'm telling you, that's Randy Kyle Trevor is like the only fan of this franchise. He's somewhere out there. Him and his family, and fake Sean Connery. They're all together sitting in the living room.
Yeah.
And they're watching the Bad Ben franchise.
This is what fake Sean Connery feels about the Bad Ben. Yeah,
Bad Ben.
Expression. That's all you need. You don't need anything else. Anyway, back to my room.
Back to your room. Where all great films are shot. In your bedroom, in your house. You know, that's...
Yep.
What are you talking about?
He made
my
it
couch.
all up.
Okay.
Yeah, dude, that's a nice couch, isn't it?
I sent it to you guys on Facebook.
I paid about $250 for that couch.
Yeah,
That's not
I bet
bad.
you did. It's not even his couch.
That's my couch. What do you mean?
Oh, it's not? You're in a green
Yeah, it
screen.
is.
Not even a green screen. You're like, you got a fake background going on there. Hey, Ian, back up. Back up.
Who is this
Just
man?
back up and keep backing up and prove to me that that's a couch. Yeah, there you go. All right. Thank you. That's all I wanted.
I told you, it's the couch. Hey, I'm here for my interview.
There is no money.
I'm fucking leaving.
It was the dissolve into eventual nothingness for me.
That looks
Hold on,
like
hold
the
on.
casting couch.
There was this one time when we were talking and I just went.
Yeah, I have the clip. I still got to put that out there. There's this amazing clip where he had just got done making a point and then his head just went clean off and it was just the head. I got to get that clip
Hey guys,
out there
I'm back.
online for you guys to see. But it was just, he had that stupid ass background up and then it was just like, he got done making this point and his head just flew clean off and I just could not control myself. I was dying. It was so funny. It was so funny. I know. Like, look at him.
So happy.
Look at him. Look at him. Oh God. Jareth, did you like the weekend or at Super Bowl?
That was the only good thing about the Super Bowl.
I agree. Thank you.
Besides the streaker. The streaker was funny.
Yeah. Did you watch
There's
Did you
a
watch?
streaker?
Yes.
I didn't see
Yeah,
this.
that's true.
When?
That
I
was
like the
funny.
fourth
Why?
quarter.
Where? Who?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's how
because
bored
someone
everybody
from-
was. They were just streaking across the.
Was it just like someone in the stands? Like it was
Yeah,
just.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's how boring this game is. Drunk Randy Kyle Trevor had to take his clothes off and just.
He was
start
wearing
running around.
a body thong, I think. No, that was
Yeah.
that was another one. Another game.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh man. Yeah.
Oh,
No, that
Lordy.
game sucked. That game sucked. It was bad. We've kind of talked about this a little bit, but
Yeah.
It was bad.
yeah. So segue, Jareth, did you watch Malcolm and Marie yet? Like I told you to.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So the three of us can review it. I'm assuming Ian didn't watch it.
What was it?
Yeah. All right. So that's what I thought. So yeah, we'll give a non review.
I apologize, but he sent this. He sent this, and it had to go behind me. It had to. Anyway,
He set this and it had to go behind him.
I didn't realize
April.
that was the actual.
April, You marry me? Love RJ.
April, you married me.
Oh
Okay.
man.
Okay. I apologize. This is the kind of day I had.
Yeah, it's all right. I'm having a great time.
Slap happy right now.
No, really, I'm having a blast. I'm not gonna lie to you, like, cause this, yeah, my day
Well,
wasn't
I'm
all
feeling-
that great.
I'm feeling pretty poopy.
I've got more.
I don't even
got
want to
more.
know.
Oh, yeah, I've got more memes.
All right, before we send those
Anyway.
out and get off track, let's
Continue.
talk about Malcolm and Maria. This movie, non-spoiler review. Movie directed by Sam Levinson, starring Zendaya and John David Washington. Jareth, I'm more curious to hear your thoughts because I know how Sammy felt about it. But what were your thoughts on the movie?
It was hard to. What? Wait, Ian.
No, I'm muting myself. I apologize.
Okay. Go ahead.
It was. I liked it, but it was actually hard for me to kind of tell when the act transitioned to a different act.
Yeah.
Just because it's entirely dialogue, and usually, I mean, you could tell when the climax was building in the arguments and everything, but
Whoa, Ian, bring yourself back. You screwed my whole thing up here. Sorry, Jareth. Please go ahead. Thank you. There he is. And now we're in different boxes. Wonderful. Go ahead.
It's hard to tell because they were and I like I'll have to say that what's the Kylo Ren, who's the guy, and
Adam Driver.
yeah, Adam Driver. What was the Netflix movie they were in?
Marriage Story.
Yeah, I found that
Yeah, sure.
their arguments more realistic in that than this. I mean, I like this movie better, Malcolm and Marie, but
Okay.
I think the dialogue felt more natural in A Marriage Story than this dialogue.
Okay. Yeah, sorry about that. That's a really interesting take. Sammy, what'd you think?
Yeah, that's interesting. I haven't really thought to compare the two really until now, but I found both to have like those. I found both arguments to be incredibly compelling, and again, I think it's because they're both such character-driven stories, and everything about their relationship is stemming from the place of where the characters are and the truth of who they are and how they relate to each other and the clashing of that. But yeah, I really like the arguments in Malcolm and Marie. Actually, I think the main stand-up moment for me is the basically entire bathtub sequence when Marie's in the bathtub and Malcolm is talking to her, and it goes through multiple layers, and yeah, that one was probably my favorite. But yeah, I thought, yeah, I really like the arguments in Malcolm and Marie. It's hard to say that you like the arguments, but you like it when people are yelling at each other.
That's fair.
It's fun sometimes.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, I'll be the overly optimistic one here. I thought this was a flawless masterpiece. I don't say that about a lot, but this was one that actually did hit me this way. I didn't have any personal problems with it. I thought Zendaya and John David Washington were both incredible. The arguments were great. The tension was great. It was unexpected at a lot of moments. You really didn't know how to navigate the argument a lot of times. And I think I mean that in a great way. I did feel like it was just very tough to, kind of navigate like who was the good guy, who was the bad guy, which there really wasn't. But I guess that was kind of the idea, and like we would it really is, the whole movie is an argument, but we learn like so much about their backstory of the backstory of the characters throughout the argument. And I think that I was kind of telling Sammy this at a different time, but the way that Sam Levinson, because on surface level you could look at this and say these are two very bad people, but like what impresses me is like Sam Levinson decides to paint this picture from the angle of like two very good people, you know what I mean, who I believe are two very good people. And I think that that's part of the magic of it and part of the charm of it, and it just keeps it watchable the entire time. The black and white aspect was really great to me. It just played into the jazz aspect of it, where it was like, because the whole movie's very jazzy, has a very jazzy score and jazzy feel to it, and just I just thought the black and white it complemented that very well. I think Sam Levinson, everything he wanted to do with the movie, he did. He executed it perfectly. I didn't have any problems with it, honestly. It was if I were given scores these days, it would be a 5 out of 5 for me. I genuinely just thought it was a flawless masterpiece. I get critics are upset because it definitely goes out of its way, without spoiling anything, to call critics out, and I understand that, and that's okay. But honestly, it's not okay, because to me, if you're upset, then you really weren't listening to what was the film was trying to convey, or understanding that. Films are going to be hit differently, but I do feel like that this is one that's being treated quite unfairly. But maybe I'm wrong, because I've heard a lot of different takes on it, and but just to me, it's it was absolutely flawless again. Zendaya, John David Washington, both just destroyed, and I think that it was just, it was wonderful. I mean, anything else to add, guys?
I like anything where somebody feels shit on because of it.
All right. Well,
Okay.
anybody who's seen the movie?
Her character from Euphoria, based on her, like the character's former drug addiction.
Yeah.
A little bit at least.
Yeah, like she's 100%. But I still felt like this is a testament to her acting, that it was a different character than
Right, you're right.
Euphoria. You know what I mean? Yeah, but I get what you're saying for sure. I mean, it was just definitely, I don't know. I think after Euphoria and this, like I'm ready to go on whatever journey Sam Levinson wants to take me on. So.
I do think that that's a totally valid criticism. I see the differences for sure, and I think it's a natural thing to connect it, especially since Sam Levinson has said how Rue is so much of himself, and one of the reasons why he loves working with Zendaya is because he feels like he can trust her to portray that much of himself that accurately in that way. And so since that character is so much a part of him and a part of her and playing it so well, then I think it's natural that bleeds into when you have another young woman who is a recovery drug addict by the same writer director.
For sure.
It's natural that they bleed together.
For sure. I get it. I'm just, I don't know. You know my thoughts. I just thought it was treated incredibly unfairly, and my opinion don't matter. I'm just here to review a flick, so it's just this does what it is.
All, I mean, you guys have made me want to watch it.
That's good.
I think you should watch it.
Yeah, I think
it's
you'll
worth
like
watching for sure.
By the way, Sam, if you Samee, I'm sorry, if you enjoy watching people argue, I do suggest going to work at a prison. You watch a lot of people argue with each other.
I'll think about it. I'll look into that. I'll look into it.
Don't do that to yourself.
Hey, if you like The Bachelor,
that's true. That's a good
honestly,
point.
I can see the relationships forming. I see the manipulation. I see the tactics. I see it. I can notice it.
100%, for sure. Yeah, but it's just The Bachelor's a train wreck, but it's so much fun.
You can't look away. You just can't look away.
Okay, real quick, and I'm sorry to Jareth and Ian. I just gotta tell Sammy this. Victoria is a terrible human being. Like she is an awful human being. This went so far beyond like producers telling her to be bad. Like she just genuinely is a bad human being. Like at first it might have started as that your family? At first it might have started as that, but but Ian's sitting in front of a family portrait.
Oh, I'm off.
No. Look, they're all the same person.
You realize who it is?
Yep.
Saving this, I saved the name.
Oh
as,
my God! It's Willem
Family
Dafoe. It just hit me. Yeah.
I saved this as Family Dafoe. I apologize. He's sending me memes now, and there's some of them I'm like, I gotta put this out. The moment he sends it to me, it's like I look at it, I'm just like, this has to go behind me. There's no escaping it. I'll stop now, Dom. I'm sorry.
You're okay. I needed this. This has been a day, I'll tell you. So I really needed this.
Yeah, this is good. This is good.
Yeah.
Awesome. I'm glad that we're in agreement because I have something else for you guys.
Join the foes.
I've joined the foes, yes.
Last one, though, only because we got to get to the news, but that's the only reason.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's wonderful.
You guys want to...
It's wonderful. Just lovely.
There he goes. He disappeared right into her crotch.
Just like he's about to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, anyway, let's get back to it. I apologize.
Oh, no problem. I don't know, but that was...
Okay, back to serious topics.
Yeah.
Serious background for serious topics.
Let's get serious now. Defoe.
I am serious. I got my family behind me. Look, there's Grandma. There's my crazy aunt. Mom's right next to me.
All right.
I'm done.
All right, you're good. All right, yeah, that was the review of Malcolm and Marie. Let us know what you guys thought. That'd be great.
I'm not doing it.
All right, we got to get to the news. So yeah, guys,
All right.
Sammy's gonna make her debut. So reading the news, and we're gonna try this out. I think this is gonna be a lot of fun, and we'll see how it goes. And yeah, all right, Samee, hit us. What's our first story?
All right, so our first story is the Golden Globe nominations came out, and Netflix is dominating those nominations, especially with Mank and The Crown leading in the film and TV categories. So we have, out of the nominees, let me see. I had a list pulled up. Let me see. So for Best Motion Picture Drama, we have Mank and the Trial of Chicago 7.
Okay.
Both from Netflix.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I'll comment on that, I guess.
So yeah. Thoughts on that? Thoughts on Netflix just dominating? I mean, in the COVID era, this seems to be. Yeah. To me, this seems natural.
Sorry about that.
Playground.
Yeah. No. Okay. So like Mank and Trial of Chicago 7 were both fantastic films for this year. So like I think especially they both are it's well-deserved nominations. Netflix, they pretty much announced a couple of years ago that they were going to become key players in this. So like it makes sense to me that they're going to start dominating the award circuit, in a big way. They've been putting out some really great films. I mean, I've been on many rants on this podcast personally to where I'm like, well, for every one Marriage Story, there's 1,000 Captain Doodoo Pants Goes to Town or something, something stupid that they put out. But they do, like, every time, like, when it comes to, like, award season, they always show up, you know what I mean, with something. And even outside of that, earlier in the summer, I didn't see the film, but I've heard incredible things. The Five Bloods, you know what I mean, and so, they were always showing up with stuff, and So I mean, it makes sense, I guess, and Jareth, what do you think?
I haven't seen either of them, to be honest, but I think them dominating during COVID, during this pandemic, it just makes sense because they're still the number one streaming service. They were pretty much, I think, one of the first streaming services, and it's just going to be that way for a while. And I think, but Amazon might catch up eventually, because they're still making their own original stuff. I don't really see Hulu or Disney Plus like, I mean, I know The Mandalorian is already on the list, but it just Netflix has the majority of variety out there. and that's what people want.
Yeah. Yeah, Sammy, this is Randy Kyle Trevor. You mean to tell me the last bad band didn't make the cut?
It did not. Well, let me see. So for Best Motion Picture Drama, it's The Father, Mank, Nomadland, Promising Young Woman,
But
and
Andrew
Chicago-
Bacchus'
the
gift
Chicago
that keeps
7.
on giving. He's the God amongst me. I'm just kidding. Sorry, go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt.
And then we also have
fun.
on the other side of that, we do also have Best Motion Picture Musical or Comedy, which is also very streaming service heavy. We have Borat's subsequent movie film, Hamilton, Music, Palm Springs, and then The Prom. from
Wait a
Netflix.
minute. You're telling me the Golden Globes could nominate Hamilton, but the Academy's not going to count it as a film? Because if that's the case, then it's
Yeah.
my favorite movie of the year. If I can count it as a film now with the Golden Globes, that's ridiculous. Why?
I personally don't count it as a film. I'm a big musical theater fan. I've been a musical theater fan my entire life. I've seen so many of these pro shot musicals that they just hire a company to film the musical to make it the most perfect version of the stage version. I'm like, that's not a movie. That's a pro shot of a musical. There are so many other ones like that those aren't movies.
Yeah,
It's
but
just,
but if
you know,
I don't know, if stand-up comedy specials can win Best Picture, why can't Hamilton though? That's my point.
good point.
It's ridiculous because like I get the point on both ends of it. Don't get me wrong. Like I get the point of both ends of it, but like if one award show is going to nominate it, then the other one should too, or acknowledge it, because that's just unfair then to that. Because like honestly, Hamilton is the best thing I saw in 2020. Like just in general entertainment, it is the best thing I saw in 2020. Malcolm and Marie is like my follow-up to that, like, or like if I had to pick one outside of Hamilton that's my favorite, it's Malcolm and Marie. We are still in the fiscal year of 2020. Remember that, guys. February is where it ends. So I mean, it's just, yeah, so to me it's like Malcolm and Marie, you know, is the best movie, but like Hamilton is the best piece of entertainment. So to me it's ridiculous that the Golden Globes can nominate it but not the Oscars in their film category. But anyway, Ian, you had a point.
I mean, to be real with you, I don't even like musicals, like it by any bit, or even like theater arts. To be real with you, it's just not me. It's not my thing. But even so, it was filmed.
Yeah,
it was
true.
counted to get a global this Golden Globe, and like, why the fuck wouldn't it, be a part of the Oscars?
Yeah, I agree. I think that's very dumb because, I mean, at the end of the day, and again, like I said, I see it from both sides. So if you don't count it as a movie in your mind, like that makes a lot of sense to me, and that's fine. But on the same hand, like somebody did film that, and cut it together to make it work. You know what I mean? And to give us the experience with it that we were able to get, to where you really felt like he had not really felt like he had a front row seat, but like the closest thing possible during this pandemic. And the way that it was done was part of what made it work, not just the fact that like anybody could take a camera and film those guys on stage doing it, you know what I mean? But like it takes a mastermind to cut it together the way they did to make it like feel really great the way they did. And it was something that was done over, I think they said 3 nights. They did 3 different shows and cut them into one piece. Oh, sorry. Hold on. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now? Okay. Am I good now?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry about that. But it takes a mastermind to cut 3 shows together, put it into one piece, and make it work the way it did. And I just find that unfair. So anyway, anybody else got any other points on that? Or
I mean, I just essentially feel like that it's unfair to not count it as Oscar worthy. That's just me. I mean, even again, this is like, I'm somebody who doesn't even like musicals.
Yeah.
Or even like
theater
arts.
Who decides the Golden Globe and who decides the Grammys though?
Well, don't get me wrong.
Rich.
Like, yeah,
the elite.
Eat them.
Well, the Academy Awards is the Academy of Arts and Science. So these are the actors who are in the academies. But the Golden Globes is
the Hollywood Foreign Press
Right. It's like 7 old journalists that are sitting in a room together. Basically, they get to decide this one, but it's not the most prestigious award, but it's still like one of, it just doesn't make sense. Typically, you could see like it's a nice little preview of what's going to be at the Oscars. Typically, and like this doesn't add up to me.
An award is an award to me. I mean, shit. You give me number one like shittiest person in the world award. I'm still.
It's
gonna
an
take
honor.
that like a motherfucking honor. Exactly.
Don't get me wrong. It's just that when you break it down to like how many people are actually voting these, it just becomes a little bit less of an honor. Not that it's not an honor. It's still it's like it is our preview into what's going to get the Oscar and what's going to get the Emmy. Or who's going to be going into those categories. But anyway, Sammy, was there more to that? I'm sorry. I feel like I just cut you right off. But
did any of you guys see The Prom on Netflix?
No.
Okay, good, because as the resident musical theater nerd here, that I'm more offended than anything that they're putting, like, you're telling me you're saying The Prom is on the level of Hamilton, because that is just absurd to me. I did not like that movie at all. It was like the most generic kind of like musical I could have ever seen.
Is it nominated?
I know the
Well, no, I'm never going to watch it.
Yeah, oh my god, if you don't like musicals, then you need to avoid this like the plague. You will hate it.
And it's nominated, this one?
It is. It's nominated for Best Musical or Comedy.
That is interesting.
Yeah, which I'm more offended about that. I'm like, it's a bigger conversation of like what is a movie? Is it if you film if a stage play and then edit in a certain way, is that a movie? Is a comedy special a movie? If it's a narrative, that's a quite bigger topic. But there's gray areas that it can get into. But putting Hamilton and The Prom on the same level, that's not okay with me. That's where I get offended.
No, definitely not.
It made me dislike Tracy Ullman. I don't think you understand. I love Tracy Ullman. She shows up for a brief cameo at the end. She plays James Corden's mom. That's like talked about here and there, and I hated it. It's the worst scene. They're literally just like, "I'm so sorry. I never accepted you as a child," and James Corden is like, "Why didn't you though, Mom?" In the worst way. In all the worst ways.
So what you're telling me is James Corden got himself into another bad musical?
Again.
Guy's on a roll.
He did it again.
He already has a talk show, doesn't he? Just make money that way.
His favorite star is Britney Spears, and his theme song is "Oops, I Did It Again."
Yep.
That is truth.
That has to
I don't see a lie there.
What else do we got? Is there other nominees that we should know about here in this?
Yeah, we can talk about TV. So we have Best Television Series Drama, which we have The Crown, Lovecraft Country, The Mandalorian, Ozark, and Ratched.
Yeah, okay, so I have seen Mandalorian. That's it out of this year.
You haven't seen Lovecraft?
Didn't watch Lovecraft Country this year. Didn't watch.
I need to.
Did you say Queen's Gambit was in there?
No, Queen's Gambit.
Really, it didn't get it.
Surprising.
I thought that was like the easy
I just double checked. I scrolled down. It's in Best Limited Series.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so one more time, read them off to me. I'm sorry.
All right. So we got Best Television Series Drama is The Crown, Lovecraft Country, The Mandalorian, Ozark, and Ratched.
Ooh.
My dad loves Ozark.
I don't think Ratched.
I hear good things.
Yeah.
I don't think Ratched will win. I think Ozark's got. I don't know. Ozark's it's a good show from what I understand. I haven't seen season 3.
It's a better version of Breaking Bad.
Right.
Jareth, I will shit in your mouth.
Yeah, I don't think Ratchet's gonna win this one. Like, I hear good things about it, but I haven't heard high level things. I would say it's probably between Lovecraft Country and Mandalorian, just based on what I've heard.
Really? I think this is The Crown. I think The Crown takes this.
I disagree.
I think The Crown takes
not again. No, I don't think it's gonna win.
This season was really good. This season was really good. Charles and Diana.
I'll take your word for it, but I don't think it wins.
Yeah.
Good, Ian.
Yeah.
Jareth, how dare you? I am actually genuinely mad about that. It better actually be good, or I'm coming to Indiana and shitting in your mouth. I'm gonna
watch the first episode. Watch the first episode, and I guarantee the first episode of Breaking Bad is worse.
Probably because the pilot
the
of Breaking Bad wasn't that great.
Yeah, the pilot of Breaking Bad was bad. It's the meat of Breaking Bad that's good. The meat of Breaking Bad is fantastic, and then you get the last season, and you're kind of like,
I don't know. I've heard there's some
pretty.
I've heard there's some pretty big things happen on Ozark.
Yeah.
I've heard. I've never seen it, but I just hear of like bombshells.
I say it's unfair till we see the show. So I say it's unfair for us to like say.
Watching it, and Jareth,
okay.
The moment you know my opinion on it, I'll tell you whether I'm shitting in your mouth or if you're shitting in mine.
Should I get some X-Lax?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, but seriously, like this isn't a bias of mine, but look at what The Mandalorian did this year.
That's true.
Like, take it into consideration. The okay, this is the most advanced.
Ahsoka?
Well, yeah, that was like. No, it's a good point.
I thought you froze, but I was like, "Oh no, you're right." Though.
He's done.
That's all you need to say.
It's a good. It's a good point without expounding on it. Like the artistic like styles that they went in. This is the most advanced the stagecraft technology's ever been. They have
Bill Burr and his Boston accent.
Exactly, not Bill Burr.
Yeah, if we were nominating the cast members, that'd be different. But like, it's not a bias. Like, I actually think
absolutely Bill Burr.
I think it's between this and Lovecraft Country. Lovecraft Country is getting. It's a new show. That's why I think Lovecraft Country has a really good shot because it's new and it was so good. It was that good. I haven't seen it, but like
is Lovecraft
people said it was
Country
great.
that 50s style show, and it follows primarily like people of color led cast.
Yes.
Oh, it's winning. I haven't watched it, and I'm already going to tell you it's winning.
Right.
That right there makes it way too progressive.
I think
that's what's going to make it win.
I think that's the top contender, but I think Mandalorian could still beat it. There's a possibility. I think Mandalorian can still hit it. When you really think about what Mandalorian did this year, it was and then think about the ending, by the way, which had everybody in tears. Like think about the revolution of that.
Yeah, but Ian has a good point.
No, I think Lovecraft Country will win. I said that. I just saying that Mandalorian could catch it. It's possible. If anything's going to catch it, it's Mandalorian.
Okay.
And I'm not saying it's because of progressive cast as well, but I'm talking about like if the story's there, the story's there.
Yeah.
I haven't watched it, so I have no real input. But with how progressive it is, with how generations are coming out, and you know how everybody's coming together, it's way too progressive of the cast. And if it has that solid of a story, it's beating out pretty much everything on that list.
Yeah. No, I think it was.
I just keep thinking like I don't know if the 9 dusty foreign journalists who vote for these is gonna watch Lovecraft Country and be like, oh yes, the progression versus, and then immediately go to The Crown and be like, oh, this thing I already know, and performances and history, and be swept away by that.
It's a good point.
I don't know. I want to believe that they will see through that, but I just don't think they will. I don't have enough faith.
I'm sure they're probably in their 70s.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just saying. Think about the emotions that the Mandalorian conveyed, though. It's got a chance just because of that. Like,
if they're Star Wars fans, it's winning.
Right.
I see them less as Star Wars fans. It's more of a progressive journalist fans.
Yeah.
I'm not taking The Crown off the table either, Samee. Not completely. Like, I think that there's always a chance that could win. You might be. I mean, you might be right. It's possible that could be like the upset. But I just genuinely think if we're gonna talk the top, it's Mandalorian. And if it was Queen's Gambit, I would have said that's the winner though. I haven't seen the show, and I can already tell you if Queen's Gambit was nominated, I don't know why it wasn't.
Oh, it's so good.
I know. I hear amazing things.
Sales for chess sets went way the fuck up, out of nowhere.
Right.
Yeah. That would have been the winner.
It makes chess look dope. What can I say? It makes chess look so much fun and so dope, and it makes it seem like you are gonna feel so cool by understanding chess. It does. It makes it cool.
I mean, chess is fun in the first place. Just to be real with you, I like dominating people. Though,
it is.
So.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes it like badass. It makes it. Yeah. It made chess feel badass.
Yeah.
That's what Queen's Gambit did.
Any other nominees we should be paying attention to here?
We could talk about some musical and comedy television series. Okay. We have, I believe it's pronounced Emily in Paris,
Okay.
supposed to rhyme.
I've heard good things. Go ahead.
I've heard mixed things. I've heard, I've heard because
that.
it's been big in the circles I run in, and I've heard mixed things.
Mm-hmm.
But and then we have The Flight Attendant, which I think is that Hulu show with Kaylee.
No,
Cuoco,
HBO.
I believe.
HBO. Yeah. I've seen the first 3 episodes. It's phenomenal.
Right.
Yeah.
I gotta check it out. And then The Great, Catherine the Great Hulu show, I believe. And then Schitt's Creek and Ted Lasso.
Yeah, Schitt's Creek has been getting up there.
Big love.
I don't think Ted Lasso and Flight Attendant though. I don't think on that level. Schitt's Creek did get a lot. You're right, but I think that you know what? I never thought I'd say this. I might have to say that. First of all, I'm surprised that they're putting Flight Attendant in comedy. It's funny, but I would have thought that would have been in the drama category. Not gonna lie to you, but
it couldn't win the drama category.
It does technically work in comedy. Yeah, it does technically work in comedy. Don't get me wrong.
So is it like Orange is the New Black kind of comedy?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a good way to put it, but a better show overall. But yeah.
Thank God. I was gonna say that's gross.
I might have to say Ted Lasso might win this. Jason Sudeikis was, from what I hear, I haven't seen the show, but everybody loves Sudeikis in it. Everybody thinks it's one of the next big things. I think it might get it. If not, I'm gonna go Flight Attendant. I mean, because Flight Attendant is just not in terms of its comedy level, but the overall story of it and how good it actually is. I mean, because but Ted Lasso, I think it might win that. I don't know, but anybody else got a prediction?
I haven't seen a lot of these shows, so I have no real.
Yeah, same here. So it's hard, but
I've seen Schitt's Creek, and it's hit or miss for me on the episodes.
I don't think it wins. I know it's got a lot of hype. I don't think it wins.
We got to think though; they're also 70-year-old people, and I mean, like
that's a good point, though. That's a good point, though.
That you know, Schitt's Creek is appealing to the more dry and older generation humor.
It's not a bad point at all. I think that actually works out. Yeah, definitely. What other categories should we be looking at?
Let me see, and then we got best limited series. So we have Normal People, The Queen's Gambit,
there
Small Axe.
That's where it was. It was in limited series. I got you. Okay, series. That works out then.
Yeah.
All right.
So I believe it's they just wanted to.
That makes sense.
Adapt the
I was like, how did that not get nominated?
There. Yeah. And then we have and then Small Axe, The Undoing, and Unorthodox.
Queen's Gambit's gonna win that.
Yeah, I think
it's no competition. It's gonna win.
Yeah, I think
none of those shows are even notable. Like they are, but they're not. They're probably good shows. Don't get me wrong. Like they're probably deserving of the nomination, but like Queen's Gambit.
I've heard Unorthodox is absolutely incredible. But yeah, the Queen's Gambit is. I mean, that might have been my favorite thing I saw in 2020.
This is voted by guys who run the press, for crying out loud. Like, Queen's Gambit's going to win. It's like, there's no doubt in my mind.
It's everything they want. Yeah.
Anybody else have rebuttal on that?
No.
Okay. All right. What other categories should we look at?
Let me see. Those are kind of the big ones. We can do
what about the acting categories?
We can do acting. Also,
okay. Whoa, you froze.
About so many. Oh, am I good?
Yeah, you're good now. Go ahead.
Yeah. Just because we have 3 female directors, including Regina King, woman of color.
Yeah, and your winner.
Emerald. Yes.
I think Regina King's gonna win, but go ahead.
She's pretty great. I have reasons why I think she is incredible in directing that film. But
One Night in Miami is blowing the fuck up right now. It's massive. But anyway, go ahead.
It's really great.
What is it?
One Night in Miami. I haven't seen it, but I've heard amazing things. Go ahead. Sorry, Samee. I don't mean to.
Oh, it's really great. I was my point on One Night in Miami that I actually I saw the play. They did a version of it in Denver. Yeah. There's like a big professional arts company that does like professional plays and everything. And they did One Night in Miami, and they invite like high schools to come to like matinee performances.
Super cool.
And that was one of the ones we went to, and that play just absolutely floored us. I mean, we saw like 2 or 3 plays a year professionally, and that one just at like every year for 4 years of high school, and that one just stuck out in my mind always because it was, I mean, it was phenomenal, that play. Like every single one of us from, you know, different backgrounds, different ideologies, different everything, we all were just absolutely floored by that play. And I think
Right.
Regina King, the way she transferred it, knowing, like, remembering the play and knowing how it worked on stage and then seeing it translated on film was just incredible,
So
and
I've heard.
it hit all of the beats perfectly.
Yeah.
So I'm partial to Regina King on One Night in Miami. But then we also have, just real quick, Emerald Fennell for Promising Young Woman, David
Ooh.
Fincher for Mank, Regina King, One Night in Miami, Aaron Sorkin for The Trial of the Chicago
Ooh.
7, and Chloe Zhao for Nomadland.
Okay. They need to start splitting this category. If they're gonna put best actress and actor into different categories, I do think that they need to put a best female and male director. I'm sorry, because like the way that it's coming up, there are so many in each that I think that just, I don't know. I know some that's probably controversial of me to say, but like they really should, because there's so many in each that like I don't feel like they're all getting their own shot, you know what I mean, as opposed to like the actor actress category, they're each getting their own category. Why can't we do the same with directors? Because it'll give more opportunity for people to win the award, especially with all the female directors that have been coming up here lately. Anel, I'm so sorry I couldn't pronounce her name, for Promising Young Woman, actually might take this one. It's possible.
I just hear, I'm dying to see Promising
Me
Young
too.
Woman.
Yeah.
I think I'm just gonna rent it before I don't know when the award ceremony is, but probably right before. I'll probably
Yeah.
just spend the $20 and rent it because I'm dying to see Promising Young Woman. It just seems so incredible. Everything that I've heard and everything I think that it's gonna be is masterful, absolutely masterful.
Yeah. Aaron Sorkin might be an upset too, though, because that movie was so incredible. I mean, it was. It's one of the best movies of the year, hands down. Trial of the Chicago 7. I think Aaron Sorkin might be the upset.
I think
Too.
Fincher too might be a sleeper pick that
I don't think so.
comes in
I'll be
there.
honest. Like
You don't think so?
any other year and any other Fincher film, I would say yeah, because it's a very great Fincher movie, but it's not of his best. I don't think it's like worth the award. He did a great job directing it, but it's not the Fincher movie that you would typically, you know what I mean? I think Sorkin would take it way over Fincher, because it's just the movie it's a far better movie. I'm just being honest. Like I think Mank is an acquired taste. I don't think it's something that the voters are all going to be like, yeah. I mean, it's great if you like Citizen Kane, but if you're not like a Citizen Kane fan, you're probably not going to be huge on Mank. I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah.
And if you're not a Citizen Kane fan, it's not for you. It's a great movie for what it was trying to be. But Aaron Sorkin's movie, The Trial of Chicago 7, was so incredibly powerful for everybody who saw it. I mean, it's an incredibly
fucking fantastic film.
It's a powerful ass movie. He might
I
get
don't even
it.
like films like that.
Yeah.
I loved it.
All right, my top guess, Regina King. My second guess, definitely now for Promising Young Woman. But Aaron Sorkin again could be the upset. So I don't know.
Chloe Zhao, I hear incredible things about Nomadland. I'm dying
I did
to
hear
see
a lot of great
Nomadland,
things
too.
about Nomadland, for sure. And I hear Frances. I think Frances McDormand will win an award for that, if anybody, though. But that's just me. Just because I hear her performances, and she's always great. But
Always.
yeah.
Always.
Anyway, any other categories we should get to?
Let me see. One that I personally want to mention. This might be my favorite one just because it has two performances that I loved this year. But
Okay.
From Best Performance by an Actress in a Motion Picture, Musical, or Comedy, the two that I'm excited about, we have Maria Baklova for Borat's subsequent movie film.
Nice.
The second I saw that movie, I was like, if Sacha Baron Cohen in this movie gets nominated for anything, she needs to be right there.
Yeah.
Because she really, I think, drives that movie and makes it really incredible.
Yeah.
I love her in that movie.
I actually think, and I know we haven't gotten to the actor category, I think Sasha will get nominated for Trial of the Chicago 7 actually over Borat.
He might have. Let me check.
He was in that movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's nominated in both.
Wow.
He's nominated for Best Performance by an Leading Actor or Musical or Comedy for Borat,
shit.
and then Supporting Actor in any motion picture for Chicago 7. So leading
that,
in comedy,
happen.
Supporting.
That just doesn't happen.
Imagine.
Wild.
Who else is in the supporting? Who else is in the supporting for the he's supporting for Borat, right? Or supporting for Chicago 7. I'm sorry.
Supporting for Chicago 7.
He might win that. He might win that easily.
Yeah, we also have Daniel Kaluuya for Judas and the Black Messiah, which is coming to HBO Max very soon, and I'm so excited.
Yeah, I want to see it.
Incredible.
I want to see it.
It was really good. And then Jareth Leto, The Little Things.
He won't win. It was a great performance, so that won't. No.
And then and then Bill Murray for On the Rocks, which is
right.
I remember hearing little things about that movie, but
yeah, here's good.
Yeah, that one's hard. And then Leslie Odom Jr. as well for One Night in Miami.
Right. I mean, Leslie Odom Jr. is the only one I think that has anything on Sasha, but I think Sasha's taken that one for sure. And then who else? What? Okay, so the other category, he's in comedy, right, or lead actor in general.
He might take this one. Let me see. So this one's for Best Performance by an Actor in Musical or Comedy.
Okay.
So Sacha Baron Cohen for Borat, and then James Corden, The Prom. No, I Over My Dead Body.
Oh my God.
Lin-Manuel, and then and then Lin-Manuel Miranda for Hamilton.
Oh wait. Lin-Manuel might take that, but go ahead.
Yeah, that one's. I mean. Yeah, that one's really hard. And then Dev Patel for The Personal History of David Copperfield, which I was looking forward to that movie. I remember seeing trailers for it, and I was like, if I still had AMC's A-list movie pass, I totally would have saw that in theaters.
I hear it's good, and I love Dev Patel. I don't think he's taking it this year. This is not his year.
Yeah. And then lastly is Andy Samberg in Palm Springs, which
he's not taking it. He's not
other
taking
than Borat, that's my probably second favorite performance out of these. Again, it's hard with Lin-Manuel because I don't really consider Hamilton like a movie, but out of the ones that I consider to be like actors in a movie,
I think we do have a tie between like Lin-Manuel and Sasha. But I think that for sure, if I had to take a guess here, I'm gonna say that it's probably gonna be Sasha here too, because Lin-Manuel has done this a billion times. He's won his Tony. It would only be fair to give this award to Sasha, as much as Lin-Manuel was the better performer here in this category. Sasha was pretty close, and like I think that it would just be more fair just to give it to Sasha.
I don't think they care about fair.
I do.
Yeah.
I do. I actually do think they care about fair. I don't think that they want to give him this award for this. I mean, he's won so much for Hamilton already. You know what I mean? I actually do think they will care. I gotta be honest about that. Andy Samberg might be an upset though, because Palm Springs he was really great in. I just don't know that he's gonna win it. He was really good in the movie, but.
Yeah, but I think Borat was that was a funnier movie, and that was a better performance overall.
Yeah, true. No, 100%. I mean, that's a transformative performance. You know what I mean? And like it just, I think Sasha might have both categories this year, which is insane for me to say, but I think that he might. I could be 100% wrong. Lin-Manuel again could definitely take it, but it's just I think Sasha's got it. Lin-Manuel doesn't transform. Like he's an amazing poet, and he what he did for the musical. Like I would hope he gets something maybe in the writing category and like something in there. But like I don't think he's gonna win the best actor for that. I think it's gonna be Sasha.
Yeah, because a big thing with Hamilton, because I've been a fan since I remember the day the Hamilton soundtrack dropped on Spotify, because I listened to it that morning before school. Like I'm in this Hamilton. I am in deep with Hamilton, and when it came out, Lin-Manuel wasn't really his performance that much that he was being praised on. It was a lot more of the whole concept and the idea and the songs and the whole thing as a whole versus his portrayal of Hamilton. It was more of the way like he wrote Hamilton and the way he wrote his story and the way he told it, not really him playing it, because in that year at the Tonys, Leslie Odom Jr. was the one who won Best Actor for playing Aaron Burr.
It's a good point. Good point. But I mean, Lynn gets the like you said, Lynn gets the award overall for the musical itself. So it's just, I feel like he has gotten like the biggest praise he can get for a stage musical. You know what I mean? Like a theater play. Like he got the biggest award he could for it, and he's gotten that twice now, like through 2 different plays. It's just I don't know. I just think that they might count that as they'll take that into consideration. I do think so. That maybe it wouldn't be fair to the people who actually acted in something new as opposed to Lynn, who's done this, quite a few times now. So I don't know. That's how I feel. I'm actually going to ask you to move on to the next story. I feel like we spent a lot of time. I'm sure Anya Taylor-Joy got nominated. That was the only other thing I
She
cared
did.
about. Yeah. Okay. So yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
She was nominated for Emma as well, in the motion picture categories, as well as in Queen's Gambit.
I'm gonna watch that.
I love Emma.
I'm gonna watch Emma within the week here, and probably Queen's Gambit as well. So I'll get around to that and let you know how I felt.
Nice.
But yeah. Let's see what we got next.
All right, this next story, I'm actually very excited about this. So it's headline here: Spider-Man 3, Sony reveals fallout of Spidey's identity reveal. So what has happened is Sony has teased new details about Spider-Man 3, including the fallout of Spider-Man's identity reveal. So the Illuminati captured images from the story of Sony's official Spidey #1 fan account created for Far From Home, which teases a number of potential plot elements for the third Spider-Man movie, including 2 polls and a clipping from the Daily Bugle. So the first of the 2 polls was meant to be from Flash Thompson's personal social media account, and it was, which one is better, Spider-Man or Night Monkey? Which is quite fun. And the big thing about this that's really noticing is that the word menace, the big famous J. Jonah Jameson big key word, is mentioned a lot. We got Spider-Man's pros are cool suit, his cons is he's a menace. Night Monkey's is pros, not a menace. Cons, we haven't seen him in a while.
Jareth, you're a big comic book guy. What do you think of this?
Well, I think that Nick Fury is going to be involved in this a lot, possibly to help him cover up what was leaked.
Yeah.
The actual Nick Fury, not Talos.
Right.
Right. Because otherwise, I don't know who else in the MCU would help. Yeah, the scroll from Captain Marvel.
Ben Mendelsohn's.
Okay.
He was disguised as Nick Fury in Far From Home. I don't know if you remember that. Yeah.
Sorry,
You're good.
But yeah, I've or Sword could get involved because they're the new Shield.
Yeah.
Basically, I feel like one of those they're gonna try to help them out, or
I'll take you up on that. By the way, if that bet. I mean, I think it's gonna be Sword all the way, probably.
Yeah, I think Sword's gonna get involved, and then I sent you that link about that Tom Holland said that all the Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield stuff isn't true, but we also know that they wanted him to keep his mouth shut too. Yeah. So I don't know.
They wouldn't have told him if it was true. He doesn't. He's not even acting alongside them.
Right.
They're CGIing them into it.
The second part of that quote, he was like, "Oh no, Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield aren't in this movie unless Marvel decided to keep that secret from me."
Yeah.
And I was like,
Yeah.
"You just."
Of course they fucking decided to keep that secret from you, you stupid fuck. Alright, I love you, Tom Holland, but you stupid fuck.
After the WandaVision episode that we just saw on Friday, I'm pretty sure that they could pull Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire from the multiverse because they're already doing that with other characters.
Yeah.
By the way.
But that depends on if Sony and other people are wanting to play along also.
Toby's shown up this season. A WandaVision.
By the way, I just want to point out to you, Sammy, you were trying to deny it whenever we were talking about, the idea of Evan Peters coming back as Quicksilver. You're like, nah, he'll be Speed. No, I was right. You all were wrong.
I wasn't.
That is true.
I was with you.
It is true.
I know you were with me.
We reported on that 3 months ago, Ian.
Too.
We reported on this 3 months ago, you and I. So
I remember.
Yeah.
I remember. Look,
Yeah.
all I have to say is, I'm sorry, guys, but this is definitely the death of Tom Holland's Peter Parker.
he's not dying.
We're gonna
No,
get Miles Morales.
No, they're not going to get a young kid to kill him.
no,
Like-
no. Here's the theory: he's going to be the trainer for Ironheart because
Oh.
Iron Man took him under his wing.
Yeah.
And
makes
then-
sense.
They think there's some theories are that Ironheart is going to be like Spider-Man, just like Tom Holland's going to show Ironheart the ropes of being a superhero.
I like that.
Okay, I'm good
Yeah.
with it.
And then he's gonna die.
No, he's not. You know how stupid that would be? Didn't we just like play with that fake out death with Spider-Man like not that long ago, and then like, they're just gonna do it now? No.
To mention on how Chris Evans said that he's coming back to the MCU.
Yeah.
Right.
I think that
Sammy didn't know about that.
No, I thought about it for a second. I was like, wait, he is, and then I was like, oh wait, no, I think I was like, I feel like I remember him.
the secret. I think he's just going to come back
It rings bell. It's ringing a bell.
He's just going to come back as a scroll,
Oh.
and during Secret Invasion, because they're going to turn that into a TV show.
Okay,
Right.
maybe.
Oh.
I can see it. That makes more sense to me if he comes
like
back
that.
as a scroll. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm good with
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's going to confuse people in the MCU, and they're going to be like, what's going on? Are you from or he could be from a different universe, but I don't see that happening.
No, I
If
don't want him to.
Universe, they'd have a different looking actor.
Don't bring him back from the multiverse. Let him dance with Peggy, for crying out loud. But like, I mean, just no. I mean, he's. It's got to be a scroll. Now that you mentioned that, Jareth, and I actually hadn't thought of that before you just said
Yeah, I
it. Like
haven't
that's
either.
got to be the way he's coming back for sure.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
What's
Sure.
next?
Oh, all right. So the next part of that was we got Flash Thompson's second poll, which was between boring Betty or boring Ned. And we got pros and cons as well. But the main thing to be brought out here is that drawn on top of Ned is a little hobgoblin hat, which we know references to his darker origins in the comics, which I actually don't know that much about. But someone else would like to explain, I would love that, because they're definitely made it a point. It's definitely an orange hobgoblin hat.
Well, who do we have here that could talk about that?
Yeah, who do we have here? Real quick though, before we go to that, Jareth. Ned is ganked.
Wherever
is
will
that
we
correct?
find somebody? I'm sorry.
Wherever.
My friend was telling me that Ned is ganked from the comics.
That is what? I'm sorry.
Yes, he is a Ned from the comics is actually a mutant.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
But so he's not going to school with Peter Parker right now. Well, he was going to school with Miles Morales actually. And he was like, oh god, it was so bad. His name was Goldballs. If you want him to know more, just look it up. It was weird. It's a weird power, and but yeah, he showed up in the Miles Morales comic book, and they kind of took inspiration from his character and put it into the new Spider-Man movies.
Interesting.
And from what I know, the Hobgoblin's origin, it was just some guy that found the Green Goblin stuff, and
Are you talking about from Amazing Spider-Man?
No, like the comics.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Or is that the Spectacular Spider-Man series?
I don't know. I mean, there have been I think multiple Hobgoblins.
Have there?
But I don't know. I'm more of an X-Men fan, to be honest.
My friend Ethan is as well, so I understand that.
Let's see here. Is Roderick Kingsley? Blah 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 blah.
You need me to get up and dance while you look for that or something? Just to hold people.
Actually, I want you to get up and dance. I want to see that. Speaking of, we were just talking about the goblin. Crazy story. So I found this, and I thought I'd share it with you guys, since we were talking about the goblin.
Oh, right. So good.
Right. Right.
Great segue.
I just felt like it was absolutely fitting. I love how this little girl right here, or older woman right here, has a fucking beard. Okay. I can't handle that.
Jareth, what do you got?
This...
Jareth, what do you got?
What do you got, Jareth?
Okay.
Also,
Yeah.
I need to point out I just noticed there's the baby. It's just a regular baby.
Okay, there have been 3 hobgoblins. In Marvel Comics history. And it was just some guy that found the goblins, the Green Goblin stuff after he disappeared for a while or supposedly died.
Oh, so it's just some guy every time.
Yeah, I'm guessing so. Publication.
I know in the Ultimate Universe, Hobgoblin is Harry.
Yeah, that was because that was like a newer version of everything.
That was their way. The Ultimate Universe is their way of getting like newer generations into comics.
The first one was an egotistical socialite billionaire fashion designer, and which was Roger Kingsley. Yeah, we could go on and on and on. So yeah, it could be anyone. I mean, so I have no idea.
It could be a way to throw us off.
Yeah, but I don't. I'm hoping for I'm hoping for a Secret Six kind of thing, especially with the like Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield like coming in, and then maybe Tobey Maguire feeling like what's going on? Oh no, sorry, Andrew Garfield coming in and being like, why is this my Electro? What's he doing here?
You know, I really hope that he comes in and then Peter Parker just beats the fucking shit out of him. Either Peter Parker, it doesn't matter to me. I hope he just beats the shit out of Andrew Garfield. And like afterward, they're like,
God.
"Who are you?" And he's like, "I'm Peter Parker. I'm Spider-Man." They're like, "No, you're not." And they just fucking knock his ass out.
Sammy, hold down the fort and take us into the next story. I will be right back.
I really don't like Andrew Garfield. Okay, I'm sorry. Go on.
Out of the 3, he's definitely bottom. I think I go Toby, Tom, Andrew.
No. I definitely go
Tom first.
You go Tom first.
Toby is up there for nostalgia reasons, definitely. Like he's he's right here underneath. You know,
they're close.
Yeah. And then here's every other actor we could ever possibly ever fucking get. Even the animated actors, okay? Yeah. The animated voice actors, they're all right underneath. They're all right underneath Toby.
Even Nicolas Cage.
Even Nicolas Cage.
Yeah. Even John Mulaney.
Nicolas Cage too.
Spider-Ham.
I hate Nicolas Cage. I'm going on. Anyway, so here's all of them, okay? And then here's 20 fucking layers. And I'm talking about like 20 miles long worth of horse shit. And then here's hell. Then we finally have Andrew Garfield as a Spider-Man. Look, he might be great and everything else, but that role made me want to beat the shit out of that man. Please read the next story.
Relatable. All right. So the next one is the last thing posted was a piece from the Daily Bugle titled "Where's Spider-Man?" I'm going to try to do my best. I don't know if this is going to be a J. Jonah Jameson impression or a what, but I'm going to try to read it how I read this in my mind. My best J.K. Simmons. This is how I read this. I'm going to try to read it how I read it in my mind. He goes, after the brave, strong, glorious hero Mysterio exposed the true identity of the madman, the masked menace Spider-Man, there is still no trace of Spider-Man. There has been reports of people in New York saying they last saw him with an unidentified young lady watching our big reveal. Since then, chaos has interrupted all over New York. Somehow people still support Spider-Man, not us. We are Team Mysterio, baby. Now police has to take control of the situation. Way to go, Spider-Man. End scene.
Way to go, Spider-Man!
Way to go, Spider-Man!
I need more
Thank you.
pictures. More pictures of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Where are the pictures of Spider-Man? Peter, you're supposed to have those here an hour ago.
We're Team Mysterio, baby!
Peter, you're here. There's Spider-Man. Wait, what? You're gone. Who's Spider-Man?
What the fuck is going on?
Wait.
The last Daily Bugle thing was Where's Spider-Man?
Oh,
essentially.
okay.
Yeah.
Sammy did a fantastic job of doing a voice impression of J. Jonah Jameson.
I'll watch it.
or
When's it on?
J.K. Simmons.
All right,
Yeah. At
Anyway.
some point during this podcast, it's on.
All
Some
right.
point, yeah.
I'm glad that you want to watch it.
But yeah, that's really, those are the three things that were
Okay.
posted. And yeah, obviously this is just again like
Iterating.
reiterating the fact
Right.
that Spider-Man has indeed been exposed by J. Jonah Jameson. People know about it. People know about Mysterio, and it's going down.
Cool. I'm into it. What's next?
All right. Next we move on to a bit of sad topic, especially for me.
boy.
We have Hollywood icon Christopher Plummer, dead at 91.
Yeah.
The beloved actor who appeared in movies like The Sound of Music and Knives Out passed away at 91 last week.
Yeah, he was giving some really great performances toward the end of his career too, like Knives Out and All the Money in the World, and just doing some really fantastic stuff.
He was the oldest actor ever to be nominated for Best Actor.
Yeah, that's true.
At the Academy Awards for All the Money in the World.
Yeah, that's true. Should have been nominated for Knives Out. I almost feel he was so good in that movie, but that excuse me, that movie was so stacked with the cast, so it was kind of hard to pick. But he was so great in that. Yeah, I mean, what a loss. Obviously, that's a big deal. Yeah, Sound of Music. I mean, you know, it just, you can go back and just pick out so many wonderful performances from him, and just rest in peace, sir. You know, we wish you wish your family well, and hope you're in a better place. So, what's next?
All right. And next up, we have speaking of Netflix, winning over the Golden Globes, did the same thing over at the Critics' Choice Awards. So they have the most nominations in the Best Picture category.
Okay.
So let me read those out to you. So we have all of the Best Picture nominees are Da 5 Bloods, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, Mank, Minari, News of the World, Nomadland, One Night in Miami, Promising Young Woman, The Sound of Metal, and The Trial of the Chicago 7. So here we have 5 movies from one studio, all nominated for Best Picture.
In general, I think Sound of Metal is going to win. But that's just me.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen it yet.
It's so
Yeah,
great.
check it out.
It's amazing. But yeah, I think
Where
that's
can I watch
good.
that again?
Amazon Prime,
God damn it.
I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, Amazon Prime.
I don't have an account.
Yeah.
Me either.
No, it's a wonderful, wonderful film. I think that'll win. I mean, Trial of Chicago 7 again is on that list, so that's a possibility. You said Mank was on there. I don't know if Mank will necessarily win, but yeah, I mean, I think that Sound of Metal is going to win Best Picture personally, assuming Malcolm and Marie doesn't get nominated. I actually do think Sound of Metal might actually win Best Picture this year. I think it's going to take it, but that's just me. I mean, Trial of Chicago 7 again. It's between those two, I think, in a big way. But yeah. You guys have any predictions on this or anything that?
I haven't seen half the movies.
Yeah,
Okay.
I haven't seen pretty much anything except for Trial of 7.
Like I said, I think Trial of Chicago 7 has a huge shot. So I think it's it's possible. But what other categories should we be paying attention to here?
Let me see. Let's do best actor and actress. So for best actor, we have Ben Affleck. Ben Affleck for The Way Back. Riz Ahmed, Sound of Metal. Chadwick Boseman, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. Tom Hanks, News of the World. Anthony Hopkins, The Father. Leroy Lindo, The Five Bloods. Gary Oldman, Mank, and Steven Yeun for Minari.
I think that's a very tough category this year.
I think it's Chadwick. I don't think they let that go without giving it to Chadwick.
Honestly, I agree with her statement. I was gonna say it's Chadwick.
Yeah.
Honestly?
Yeah. I think he might win the Academy Award too. I think this is. I haven't seen Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, but it's right at the top of my list. If he's incredible in it, then there's I don't think
I would agree with you on Chadwick if this was the Academy Awards, but because it's the Critics' Choice, I think it's going to be Riz Ahmed for Sound of Metal.
Wow,
that's a little bit fair. I just don't see. Not to play it off as like they're just giving it to him because he's passed away, but I don't see them not giving it to him because he's passed away.
No, I think if it was the Academy Award, I would 100% agree with you. But because it's Critics' Choice, I think Riz Ahmed takes this one, personally. But he might take it.
Peace, buddy.
He's supposedly really amazing in The Five Bloods, so he actually might take it just based on the talent portion of it. But I'm gonna go ahead and bet it's Riz Ahmed. That's going to be my honest bet there for Sound of Metal. I think.
How much money are you willing to put on it?
$20.
All right.
You want to make the bet?
I don't have $20.
When's it air?
I only had $20.
I just wanted to see like if you were willing to put money on it.
Oh yeah, I would put 20 on it. Yeah. It's a harder category because there was like 2 performances from The Five Bloods that were supposedly really great. Gary Oldman is amazing in Mank. Like, he might even take it. That's a possibility. I just think, personally, it's Riz Ahmed this year. I think that's who's going to take this one. If it was the Academy and Chadwick was nominated, I would say definitely Chadwick Boseman. But I'm going to say Riz Ahmed for this.
I would put $20 down right now if I had $20 that Chadwick Boseman wins Best Actor at the Academy Awards this year.
Oh, the Academy is different. That's a different story. 100%.
Yeah. That I think is a lock.
Yeah. Do they put him in Best Actor or Best Supporting though? That's the question.
It depends. I think he is also nominated in Best Supporting Actor for The Five Bloods. So I think it depends which one they want to go with. They could nominate him twice and he could win both because here he's incredible in both.
No, because if he
that's hard.
Oh no, if he gets supporting in at the Academy, it's a definite win for him, I think. But if it's but like, okay, say he's in supporting and then they put Riz Ahmed in the Best Actor category at the Academy Awards, then I think it's Riz Ahmed and him. You know what I mean for the Actor Awards, because like Riz Ahmed is. I
can see that.
I genuinely think it's Riz Ahmed's year. Like, he deserves this award, like, I think more than any other actor on this list. That's nothing against Chadwick, because I love Chadwick Boseman, but like I've seen clips of his performance and it's great. I just haven't seen the whole movie, so maybe I should do that before I actually solidify that. But like, I'm pretty positive that because of the reception to Riz Ahmed's performance, that he's going to take this one in particular. So, yeah. What other categories do we have?
And then we have Best Actress. So we have Viola Davis, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, Andra Day in The United States versus Billie Holiday, Sydney Flanagan for Never, Rarely, Sometimes, Always, Vanessa Kirby, Pieces of a Woman, Frances McDormand, Nomadland, Carey Mulligan, Promising Young Woman, and Zendaya, Malcolm and Marie.
Oh, so the critics decided to nominate Zendaya after all, huh?
They pulled through.
Zendaya. I think Zendaya's got it.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
That would be my pick. That's my pick.
Carey Mulligan could be a big upset on this one, though, because like Carey Mulligan is supposed to be. I still need to see that movie before I again solidify that answer, but I just definitely think it's going to be Zendaya. Anybody else have an argument on that or rebuttal or anything that you would?
I've only seen Malcolm and Marie, so I would have to go with Zendaya.
Sure. I just think it's an absolute Yeah, if they decided to nominate her at all, then give it to her, because like the movie might not have gotten the best reception for the critics, but I think that they clearly saw enough of, they saw that her performance was as great as it was. If it's not Carey Mulligan, it's Zendaya, so it's got to be. I mean, Frances McDormand's the only other one that I might throw in there, but it's not going to be any of the others. So
Yeah.
all right. I'm shocked. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I was like, I can't believe that they actually went through with it and put her in. So yeah. Okay. All right. What do we got? What's next category?
Next category, Best Supporting Actors. We have Chadwick Boseman, *Da 5 Bloods*, Sacha Baron Cohen for *The Trial of the Chicago 7*, Daniel Kaluuya, the Judas and the Black Messiah, Bill Murray on The Rocks, Leslie Odom Jr., *One Night in Miami*, and Paul Raci for *Sound of Metal*.
See, Chadwick wins this one. I'll give Chadwick this one. So
yeah.
I think he wins this one.
Mm-hmm. I can really see. Yeah, I think that's kind of how I think this might go. Is the play of is Chadwick winning supporting or lead actor, because that determines a lot, because he's got to win one. They have to give him one of them.
Yeah, if Riz wasn't in the best actor category, again, I would say that he was taking it, but because Riz Ahmed's in there, he's just going to take the supporting. Riz Ahmed's
I can see them like
playing
ping pong with. Yeah, I can see them too, like playing ping pong with the awards.
Yeah, 100%. Everybody else think Chadwick's going to take home an award then, now that he's in this category too? Yeah, it's just easily. All right, what's the next category?
And then Best Supporting Actress, Maria Baklova, Borat's subsequent movie film. Ellen Bernstein for Pieces of a Woman. Glenn Close, Hillbilly Elegy.
No.
Olivia Colman, The Father. Amanda Seyfried, Mank. And I'm going to butcher this, but Yoo Jung-yoon, Minari.
I think Maria Baklova might take this.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so. Of all that's listed there, I mean, it's the only true comedic performance I see there, and I mean, it's a truth universally acknowledged that comedy is just so much more difficult than drama, and so if you can pull that off as well as she did in that movie, then I say give her the award.
Yeah. This is such a strange Critics' Choice Awards, because they're nominating actresses from not Borat necessarily. Critics love this new Borat, but I'm saying just like they nominated Glenn Close and they hated Hillbilly Elegy, you know what I mean? But they nominated her for that. They nominated Zendaya and they hate Malcolm and Marie. So it's just so odd to me, this Critics' Choice Awards this year, to where I'm glad they're recognizing good performances and stuff in movies that they may not necessarily enjoy. And then what was it, even what were we just talking about, Golden Globes nominated Jareth Leto in a movie that was very poorly received by most people, and just like, he was great in the movie again, but it's just, you know, it is what it is. But what's the next category?
All right, and then do Best Director. So we have Lee Isaac Chung for Minari, Emerald Fennell, Promising Young Woman, David Fincher, Mank, Spike Lee, *Da 5 Bloods*, Regina King, *One Night in Miami*, Aaron Sorkin, *Trial of the Chicago 7*, and Chloe Zhao, *Nomadland*.
See, I think Spike Lee's going to take this one.
It's wild that he got nominated for a Critics' Choice and not a Globe. I mean, it's totally different audiences that are voting for both. But
well, again, that's why I said they need to split that category, because they like the Globes were definitely, and that's not a bad thing, but they were leaning toward the women on that, I felt like, and it was like, well, there were so many great male directors too this past year that should probably get in there. You know,
the same three female directors who were nominated for the Globes are also nominated.
Yeah.
Here.
You know who I'm very upset didn't get a Best Supporting nod either of these is Bill Burr for King of Staten Island. I'm very upset that he didn't get a Best Supporting nod for that.
I haven't seen it.
I think that he deserved it so much, and like he really like. The fact that they nominate Andy Samberg at the Globes and they're not going to nominate Bill Burr for King of Staten Island, are you kidding me? Like, Bill Burr gave a much better comedic performance in that, and just and like, he really is the heart of that movie that holds it together.
Hey, I going to the bathroom, BRB.
Yeah, you're good, dude. Do what you gotta do. Yeah, just don't drop yourself because it screws up. Just leave. Keep your window up. All right. Yeah.
If you need to eat, let us know ahead of time.
Miss
so
you.
we can prepare.
Yeah, we're
He
good.
can't hear me, but I'll miss him.
You can't hear us anymore. All right.
Yeah.
But
He feels it. He feels it.
Look at
no.
that butt, dude. Dump truck is ass.
I gotta tell him you were checking out his ass when he comes back.
When he comes back, I'm gonna be like, "Hey,
Hey.
doing that dump truck, bro."
Yeah. Sammy, you didn't see King of Staten Island? It was one of the best movies of 2020.
Oh,
I'm surprised.
I haven't.
Fantastic.
I did
What-
see that it recently dropped on HBO Max. So
Oh.
it's on my watch list.
Yeah,
So
what-
I did
Fantastic.
definitely want to watch it.
What do you think,
Watch it
Ian?
tonight.
Don't you think Bill Burr should have gotten the nod then for that? Because he was so
Honestly,
amazing.
Yeah, he did a fantastic job.
They could
He did a
nominate. Go ahead. Sorry, I didn't want to ruin your point.
No, he just did a phenomenal job. I mean, like, I felt
He froze.
really connected. God, was that dude's? I froze?
No, you're good now. You did for a second, but you're good.
Oh, I felt really connected to Bill Burr, and I felt really connected to God, what is his name?
Pete Davidson.
Yeah, Pete Davidson.
Yeah.
I felt a strong connection between them, and I just felt like the whole movie, like, even though it's like one of those movies you watch and you're just like, huh, I just watched it to watch it. It's like one of those movies you just watch to watch. Like there's no really fucking strong point to the film other than it's there to watch, but nonetheless, like there's films like that are out
Yeah.
there that we just
Right.
that come
That's-
out and we're
yeah.
just like, huh. But like it was just a very well done.
It's
film
solid.
all around.
It's solid.
It's good. It's funny. It's sad. It just does a really good job just being a film. And I
Yeah.
think that's what makes it so good because you don't need like any strong factors to it. It in itself is a strong factor.
Yeah, I thought Steve Buscemi might have gotten a nod from that movie too, possibly because he played such a strong role there too. With what
Yeah.
he was doing, I'm just surprised that movie got no love from the award season this year. And
Probably
it was
because
just-
it's a Pete
Yeah.
Davidson film, honestly.
that's bullshit though, because it's like it's such an honest telling of things that he's been through in his life.
Yeah.
It is.
Like you take the opening scene of that alone, don't spoil it for Sammy, but if you
Yeah,
take the
yeah,
opening
actually-
scene of that alone,
Actually, you know what? This is what I'll say. It's just a movie about life. That's
Yeah.
it. It's just a movie about you're just watching some dude live. That's all it is. And there's a lot of films that are like that, and you're just like, wow, this is actually a really good film.
Mhm.
But this film was just an astonishingly well done film.
yeah.
And by the way, Jareth, what are you doing with that dump truck, bro?
Dump truck.
Yeah. I saw you get up and leave.
Well, we watched you walk away.
Yeah. I hate to see you leave, but I love to watch you
Ian
go.
was totally checking out your ass. I don't know how that makes
Yeah,
you
Why
feel.
don't-
dump truck of an ass.
Oh God. Okay. What's the next category, Sammy?
All right. Let me see.
Real quick, watch that movie tonight. If it's on HBO Max, I highly
watch
He's
it.
not wrong though. Like that, I would put that way
It's-
at the top. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
It's a fantastic film.
Yeah.
By the way, Jareth, we're talking about
King of Staten Island.
Thank you.
Huh.
I'm kind of going blank at this point. I'm kind of getting tired. Just
Yeah.
heads up, guys.
Okay.
Okay.
But I think that just sounds like, cause I love Pete Davidson mainly for I mean I love his comedy too, but his whole vibe is just like kind of that same thing. Like it's just very kind of openly like
Just there.
sad,
Oh my
but
God.
witty and there's weight to it, but it's all just kind of
Yeah, it's just there.
encompassed in a human, and it's just kind of there. It's his vibe.
Speaking of Pete Davidson, Big Time Adolescence was a 2020 movie. That didn't get he didn't get nominated for
That's
that.
right.
I liked that movie a lot better than King of Staten Island. to
I
be
love them
honest.
both, but
I
like
haven't seen it.
his performance
What is
in Big Time Adolescence, it's on Hulu,
Big time out of
is the one that should have gotten nominated. I think.
It's more of a like day in the life of a modern teenager ish. It's not.
So it's another movie about life.
Yeah.
Yeah,
True.
yeah. But he's not he's more of a supporting role than the star.
And he's very strong in it, and that's why I think he should have got nominated for that. Maybe Pete Davidson.
Look, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'd argue that he's more of a supporting role in King of Staten Island than the
That's
star
true.
just because of Bill Burr
That's true.
and a little
Bill
bit of
Burr
Steve
overtakes
Buscemi.
him, but
Yeah.
but in Big Time Adolescence, like Pete Davidson is the standout. Is our point.
Sorry,
and,
Pete.
like, Yeah. All right. Well, whatever. I mean, all right, what's the next category? That sucks.
Those are kind of the big ones. We also have like best acting ensemble. Have The Five Bloods, Judas and the Black Messiah, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, Minari, One Night
Yeah.
in Miami, and Sound of Metal for
Okay.
ensemble.
Okay. Fair enough. What's the next story then? I guess.
Where can I watch Big Time Adolescence? You said
Hulu. Hulu.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Hulu.
I'll
Yeah,
probably watch that after.
Great
this.
film. Great film.
yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Okay, I've been looking for another film kind of like that to watch.
Yeah, you'll love it. If you like The King of Staten Island, you're gonna love this one. They're different, but
yeah.
they're similar.
I'll take it.
Oddly similar.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take it.
Anyway, Sammy, what do you got?
Nice. All right, next up, big story coming out today. We have our first real look at Jared Leto's eerie Joker in Zack Snyder's Justice League. Jack Snyder's it's his twin brother. We don't talk about Jack Snyder.
Is he the one who likes feet?
Exactly, that's the one. You got it right. So anyway, so we have two new images of Jared Leto as the Joker, looking, to be frank, quite different than the last time we saw him. Missing a couple of tattoos there, which Zack Snyder does comment on. Yeah, which he does comment on in this article.
There's a spoiler in the article. Please don't read the spoiler part.
Yes,
don't read the spoiler. Okay, thank you.
I will not. Yes.
Yeah.
This is he just says it's basically he didn't like the tattoos. That's really it. They're like, why are the tattoos gone? And he's like, because I felt like it.
Because the tattoos were gross.
Because they were gross and I didn't like them.
Much worse.
There's actually a deeper reason though, by the way, and I won't give it away. But I actually know the deeper reason why they're not there, but I won't give it away.
Oof. Okay.
Sounds really cool though. It's good stuff. Don't get me wrong, but it's really good stuff. But anyway,
we find out in the movie as to what the deeper reason is.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
Anyway, did you guys see the images, Jareth? What'd you think? I mean, I'll go last on this because I have a lot to say about it. But
I like the new look. Especially, it looks like he might be in Arkham. In the second image.
That's what it does look like.
That's what I thought too.
I'm gonna shut up. But go ahead.
Well, hold on. I'm gonna make a quick comment because they showed a nightmare version of Batman or some shit like that, and he was standing in the same room.
Well,
I'm keeping my mouth shut.
It could be it could be maybe Batman's having another nightmare, like you said. But I think it could be a past Joker before he got the tattoos, and because Robin was already dead in the Justice League movie, or Batman versus Superman, whatever.
Right.
So it might be like maybe we learn more about that. I don't know.
Right.
That's true. Yeah, the best thing about these images is kind of how much they show and how much they don't, but how much they're not giving away. Like you can interpret a lot from seeing this picture, the way it's set up, the way he's dressed, the hospital gown, the look, how, you can interpret a lot, but also you really like I what's the context? Is he talking to Batman? What are they talking about? When is this? Why is this? Is he in an asylum? Is it real?
Is he a butcher?
Is he a butcher? We just don't know with the Joker. We just don't know.
Or why did he become the way he did on Suicide Squad?
That is true. Is this how he gets the tattoo? is this the origin? We don't know.
Ian, what do you think about the appearance?
I'm not gonna lie to you. It doesn't like this version. I like. It looks a lot more appeasing. In the last version, it made me want to lay a log in my hand like a fucking monkey or gorilla and throw it at him. I'm not gonna lie to you. I fucking hated that Suicide Squad Joker. I hated the look. I hated his acting. Even though we only got so little of it, I fucking hated it. It was cringy. It made me want to fucking vomit. Sorry, but I'm just being real with you. I liked the look. I think this look is a lot better. It's kind of reminiscent of The Crow, to be honest with you. So I'm definitely digging that.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey, look, if we're getting a newer version of Joker from him and he does a good job, then I won't throw shit at him if I see him. But if he does a bad job, I'm gonna lay a log in my hand and throw poop at him.
All right. Yeah, I'll give my thoughts on the image because I know more about what's actually going to happen, so I won't say much about that. So I'll just talk about my reaction to the picture itself. The look was incredible. This is one of the freakiest pictures I think I've ever seen, or like images I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, it's so freaky. I love it.
I have some images to show you.
I shouldn't have said anything.
Continue,
Yeah.
please.
Now I'm scared. I'm not going to check my messages from you for a while, just so you know. Those won't be getting opened. But no, honestly, this image was amazing. I was blown away by it. I've been rooting for Jareth Leto to get a comeback at this character for a long time and to be able to play a version of it that's better. I have this image in my head that he just kind of went up to Warner Brothers once he found out the leadership had gotten changed and been like, y'all ruined my reputation. Like, you know, I would send a dead fish and use condoms to Margot Robbie and people thought I was a piece of shit for it. But no, I want to show them why that was, like, that the method acting here was actually justified. And I hope that's what him and Zach are trying to achieve. And
that's
like,
not justified. I don't care. I'm sorry. I have to cut you off. That is not justified. That's fucking wrong.
And I disagree. If the character is that, like, if the character is that type of a Joker, then I disagree. Like,
I don't think it's that hard to get into character of that level.
It's not that hard to get into character at that level.
You shouldn't have. No, it's.
Are you an actor? No, yeah, it is.
I'm not a fucking actor, but I can tell you right now, if I really wanted to act psycho, I could fucking act psycho on fucking stage pretty fucking fast.
Not like that. There's a level. You tell me you can get to like Joaquin Phoenix levels of performance.
Well, here's the thing. Joaquin Phoenix got himself to that level of an Academy Award-winning performance, and no condoms were sent to Margot Robbie.
That's true. That's true, but every actor is different. Yeah. Like, everybody has their process.
Every actor is different or not. I don't know about you, but like,
there's a level of creepiness that doesn't need to be reached, though.
Exactly. I'm sorry. Used condoms?
Yeah, go ahead. If it's for the performance, yes. It's very different. It's a very different world, man. Like, when you're an actor, it's a very different process than
I'm telling you right now.
Anything we can understand. We don't do it.
I only worked at that prison for 4 months, and I've seen some dudes that are the nicest fucking people put up a front like they're the fucking scariest.
Yeah.
And all they had to do was just snap into it. They didn't need to be like, hey, here's my used condom. All they had to say was, hey, you do that again, I'm coming in your cell, rape you, chop you up into pieces, and then feed you to your cellmate.
Okay, let me clarify this, just because I feel like I'm coming off as saying, like, you said to people use condoms is just okay, and that, you know, people are just supposed to accept that. No, that's not my point. If you get sent a used condom, yeah, that's really weird, and that's like, I would bitch about that all day. So that's
that's almost sexual assault.
I'm not trying to say that's like okay in general. So don't get me wrong. That's I don't want the point to get misconstrued here. I'm saying
they're trying to justify it, and there's no justification.
Fine, but what I'm trying to say is that like this performance might like compute a little bit more with what, you know, we heard about what he was doing behind the scenes rather than that cartoon character in Suicide Squad. And I feel like if our first impression, because nobody was okay, I'm gonna tell you right now, this is the other thing. And maybe, I'm not saying you in particular, Ian, maybe you had a different thought on it, but I'm saying like it wasn't until like people saw the movie and his performance that they started bitching about that used condom thing, because that story was out there long before the movie came out. Then they see the movie, they see his performance, they're not okay with it, and suddenly it's a problem. Because it wasn't a problem when the story got told. Maybe not for you, Ian, but I'm saying for people in general. And I think that's
I didn't know about it until after the role, honestly.
No, it was told way before that was reported. And then, like, nobody had a problem with it. They were like, ooh, that's great method acting. He's going to give a wonderful, creepy performance. And then, like, the movie comes out, and then everybody has a problem with it. I think that's even more wrong than just...
No, that is...
You know what I mean?
Like that's hypocritical. Wrong.
Yeah,
that is hypocritical.
It's like,
and honestly, had I known about it beforehand, I probably refused to watch the fucking movie, because I think that honestly, that's a form of sexual assault in my opinion.
That's
I don't care who you are.
That's great for you. At least you're consistent. But I'm saying people, like, in general, and I think that that's wrong. And like
Well,
I'm just saying, my point is for the
those
overall,
people need punched in the fucking genitals.
my point is for the overall consensus of the people that were bitching about it, maybe it will compute with them a little bit more, and then they'll just kind of, you know, like, and then maybe they'll change their minds again and say, I'm talking about the general public that was bitching about it is going to probably change their minds, revert back and go, oh, I see why he was sending out used condoms. I'm not saying me, I'm not saying like if I was an actor, that's something I would personally do. I'm just saying that like, I understand that everybody has a process. That one is a little over the top for sure. 100%. I don't disagree with that. My point is that like it's just the hypocrisy against it when they saw his cartoonish performance was ridiculous because nobody had a problem with it until he did it. So maybe with those people, this is going to compute and add up a little bit more for what the original plan was. And I'm saying like even for us, I'm not saying we're gonna completely excuse it, but in our minds maybe we're gonna be like, okay, I kind of understand this is a version of that character that would do something like that. At least that was the point I was trying to make. Not necessarily that that's okay or that you're supposed to use, send condoms to women or whatever.
Or dead animals.
Right. No, of course not.
I'm gonna
I don't even know where you would get dead animals to just send to women. Like, I mean, like, you can find them on the road and stuff, but you know what I mean?
Yep.
It's just...
Or be a psychopath and kill him yourself, which is usually the leading role into being you know, Jeffrey Dahmer. But I want to point out that I'm going to level with you on a legitimate note. I understand your point.
Yeah.
In a sense. I didn't even know about the condoms until you guys just mentioned it.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to lie to you. That's like even more gives me more reason to even really just fucking hate this guy.
That's fine.
Like that's the dead animals were enough for me to be like, fuck this guy. The condoms just add to that.
Right.
Who is accepting of that? Even like who's accepting of that before his role is revealed? Even I'm sorry, but like who just sits there and is just like, huh? Maybe we're gonna get a really fucked up Joker.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I again, when we're talking about the performance on Zone, though, let me say this too, because when we're talking about the performance on Zone, and frankly, Ian, I think Jareth Leto, this is my general opinion, I think he's a really creepy dude. He has like his own summer camp that you can sign up for, and it looks like he's running a fucking cult. I think he's a really weird dude. Like,
I would definitely stay away from there. He's gonna send me fucking use condoms.
My general consensus is that Jareth Leto's a really creepy, weird dude. I mean, but you know, the actors didn't press charges against him or anything like that, so you know,
should've.
He might have given him a warning that he was going to do that. We don't know. It's possible, but like I'm just saying, like my point is like he's a really creepy dude. But is he talented? Hell yeah, I think he's an incredibly talented actor, and I think that he was done wrong in this last Suicide Squad movie. I think that there was like an hour and a half worth of performances, and if being a creepy dude is how he's a talented actor, I'm not saying it's acceptable to be that, but I'm saying that it's like I mean, I don't know, whatever. I just want to see a really great performance as a fan of the movie. But yeah, go ahead.
Do you think James Gunn could have done a better job with him as the Joker?
Yeah, it would have been better. Would have been the best? No, probably not, but it would have been better. Yeah, I just think it would have been, you know, that's another thing too. We got to remember, like, you know, David Ayer was okay with him sending that stuff out, you know what I mean, in Suicide Squad and like doing that and like, because he went to Ayer about it, if I'm not mistaken. Like he asked David Ayer if he can do that, and David Ayer said, yeah, go ahead, send him that stuff if it helps you with the performance and helps you get in that mindset. So like it's like it was approved from the top. It's like, so if he, you know, you got to remember that, like, if that's approved, I mean, it's just, I don't know, you get my point. But yeah, I'm just saying that
should have been approved.
No, it shouldn't have been, but it was.
Oh my god! You know who else was a talented individual? Ian Watkins from Lost Prophets.
Yeah.
But I'll never support his shit again. And if you really want to know who that is, look it up yourself, because I'm not talking about it on this stream.
I know who you're talking about, but I'm just saying, like,
that guy.
If you have trouble with it, you have trouble with it. I'm okay with sending or separating the talent from the art. Again, I think Jareth Leto's a creepy dude. I don't think he's murdered anybody or beat up a baby on the side of the road with the baseball bat, but I mean, he's done some pretty weird stuff.
That's not what Ian Watkins did.
No, but like he's done some pretty weird stuff, though, is my point. And I just think that, like, my point is like I don't think he's done anything that's been like, oh, maybe illegal, but nothing that's been like
that we've uncovered yet.
Yeah, and like until
he's sending used condoms and dead animals. Like I can't. I It was already really touchy for me with the dead animals. The used condoms. That's where I'm kind of like, I don't know if I want to support this role whatsoever.
To each their own, but I'm gonna bet you if he gives a great performance in this movie, you'll feel a lot differently about him.
I already saw the spoiler.
Okay.
I know what it is.
And it sounds like he's probably going to give one hell of a performance through that thing, Jareth. But
yeah.
I'm just saying that, like, it's just, yeah, I don't know, man. It's a tricky thing, and I get where you're coming from, but, like, it's like, I mean, are you never going to watch, Baby Driver again? Because Kevin Spacey did what he did? Like, it's like, that's...
It's a little bit of a different stance.
No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not.
Yeah, it really is.
It's actually worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a worse stance, and you're, that's my point, though. It's like, he's never done anything on that level, is my point. And, like, I think it's unfair to say that we're not going to watch his performances or support what he does because of that, and when it's actually
Can
not
you
all
support
that
the
bad.
art without supporting the artist?
Yeah.
No, because
that is the question.
I guarantee, Ian, the only reason you think it's a different stance is because the performance was bad too. Anyway, I'm not trying to shut anybody down here. I'm just making my point. I'm sorry, but anyway, I love the image. I wasn't trying to get into a whole thing. I thought it was amazing, but it was just Sorry about that, guys. But anyway, Samee, what's the next story?
All right, this is our final story for today. Also, one of my favorite headlines. It's Olivia Wilde explains the no asshole policy that led her to replace Shia LaBeouf with Harry Styles in her new film. I just enjoy that she's explaining her no asshole policy.
Here comes another controversy. I was just getting us out of it, and then here we are. We're back.
This is some golden age Hollywood
my
level drama here.
Yeah.
This is some drama. So we have Olivia Wilde, who's directing her new film. I know the name of it; it's in my head, but it's starring
Don't
Florence
worry, darling.
Yes, with Florence Pugh and originally Shia LaBeouf, who was then replaced with Harry Styles. So she, during an interview with her and Emerald Fennell, who we were talking about before, with Promising Young Woman,
right.
She explains that she has a no asshole policy, which puts everybody on the same level.
Yeah.
She says, I also noticed that as an actress for years, how the hierarchy on set separated the actors from the crew in a very strange way that serves no one. I think actors would actually like to know more about what's happening when you're pulling focus, all that, blah, 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 blah. She also says, where was it that she's talking a lot about how like the way she earns respect on her sets is through like collaboration and everybody feeling as comfortable with each other as possible. And again, she's just saying that Shia LaBeouf did not make the cut on that, and that she was the one who actually had to let him go and completely replace him, which, I mean, we can get into this. This is like golden era Hollywood drama for me. That she replaces Shia LaBeouf with Harry Styles, who she then gets into a relationship with, and then is then separated from Jason Sudeikis, her partner of 8 years, who they have children with, because of this. And now they're kind of in the secret relationship, but again, all stemming from the Shia LaBeouf not making the cut on her no asshole policy.
I'm gonna.
It sounds like she's an asshole.
I'm gonna avoid
she seems a little judgy.
I'm gonna avoid the relationship part of this just because it's not something that I personally want to talk about. You guys can get into it if you want to.
It's different.
That's the only reason I even called her an asshole.
I just wanted to say that this is a really stupid story, and I'll admit I put this in here because I knew it was a stupid story, and I wanted to point out how stupid it was. Because
it's very stupid.
Let me tell you what. All right, let me tell you something. this story. Okay, so we heard like forever ago about Shia LaBeouf getting fired and getting replaced with Harry Styles, and the whole word was, oh, it was a scheduling conflict. Listen, okay, let me preface it with this though. I can't wait to see this movie. I think Olivia Wilde's a phenomenal director. I think that Booksmart was one of the best comedies of the decade. Like, she is a phenomenal director, and I cannot wait to see what she does next. I think that she has a very specific style. Booksmart for a debut was miles beyond what you can expect from somebody. She's worked on film sets before, but not at the director's in the director's chair, and that's just, it's a different thing. And she really helmed that and did an incredible job. So I can't wait to see the movie. That said, I'm telling you why this story's stupid. It's because we heard about this forever ago, this Shia LaBeouf thing, right? And then it was a scheduling conflict, quote unquote. And then we hear about the no asshole policy. Before this story, we've heard about the no asshole policy already. Well, I have a specific no asshole policy, which, by the way, I'm okay with. If that helps your film set vibe, and I believe Shia LaBeouf probably was being an asshole. I don't doubt that at all.
I'm going to cut in and call bullshit, and I'll tell you why when you're done.
All right, I would love to hear your take, but no, I think Shia LaBeouf was being a complete asshole. I do. I 100% bet he was.
I don't even know what he did, and I'd be at it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like
I love Shia, but
easily.
He's a fucking it.
Really, it checks out. It checks out.
And actually, this actually does add up, because if I've seen the bonus features on Booksmart, which is a movie made a long time ago, and she talked about her no asshole policy. This honestly does add up to me. It adds up very well. It's not that. This isn't the problem I have. It's that she's getting followed up on this again, and she's just saying the same thing. It's a dumb thing to report on because we didn't find out anything. And I think as a fan of Shia LaBeouf and as somebody who was excited about this movie in part because he was one of the main stars, I think we as fans of him who were going to go see her movie, a lot of the reason, especially like casual fans, where a lot of the reason they would have seen this movie or been excited about it was because of Shia LaBeouf being in it, deserve a better explanation than I have a no asshole policy.
The Peanut Butter Falcon was amazing.
Yeah, it was. It was an incredible film. He had a hot year last year. That and Honey Boy, he had a wonderful year last year. But anyway, Jareth, what's your take, and why do you think he wasn't being an asshole?
Oh, no. I call the no asshole policy bullshit.
I don't.
Oh, because she can't point out every asshole, because every group of friends has an asshole that they think is okay. Because everyone wears a mask, as we know.
Okay.
And everyone on the work site is cliquish. Even if you want to be on the same level, they're going to be cliques no matter where you are, no matter where you work.
I'm not quite getting your point here, Jareth, because I don't care if he's wearing a mask or not. He can run around and tell everybody to go fuck their mothers. He could be an asshole.
Everyone wears a mask parading as someone else.
Oh, I'm sorry. I misunderstood what you were saying.
Yeah, how dare you not wear a mask during COVID, you fucking assholes.
Yeah, Jesus fucking Christ.
Maybe he was the one that wasn't wearing the mask on set. Who knows?
But everyone is cliquish. They're all the work hands, the people that work with the props, they're going to be talking amongst themselves. That group is going to have an asshole.
No, okay, I actually get your point now, and that is actually really fair, and it's, well, I don't know. I mean, I just think it's, I don't know. But I think that the no asshole policy that she's referring to, in all honesty, is to be collaborative when we're working, and because if you watch I'm speaking from the making of Booksmart thing that I watched on the Blu-ray.
Okay.
Is that the way that she thinks of it, and you make a good point, Jareth. I'm not saying that you don't. It's 100% a wonderful point, and I hadn't actually thought of it that way. But I think that the way she means no asshole policy is when we're working, we're on set, or we're collaborative. We're not, being jerks to each other. She I don't know. She's actually got a really incredible process. She plays music for people, and she'll find for each scene that she's about to do, every time they rehearse it, she has a song that's supposed to represent that scene, and they always rehearse it to that song, and it makes the process more collaborative in that way. So I don't know how big scale the movie is going to be or anything like that. I mean, I like Harry Styles as a musician, like as an artist, but like when it comes down to his acting chops, I mean, he was good in Dunkirk, but it's not Shia LaBeouf level. So I mean, it's just an odd choice to me to replace him with him. But okay,
I think that she used the no asshole policy just to get Harry Styles, and then was like, all right, Harry, let me suck your dick.
it's a
That's all I
theory,
want.
but it's genuinely more likely
was
that
this-
Shia was being the asshole.
Hey,
No, I
Ian,
agree.
Ian, do you think he was wearing the dress?
I think that yeah. I think
Probably.
yeah.
Yeah,
think
I'll
he-
venture probably.
Yeah, so, no, I'm not gonna. I'm gonna say 100% sure. I'm gonna say I'm like 100% certain. I'm gonna say that Olivia's she pegging him.
Okay.
She is the asshole at that point. She's giving the asshole too.
Sammy, go ahead and give your take on the story. Are you looking forward to the movie? And then we'll get to the WandaVision discussion at the end here that we typically do. But anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, was obsessed with Booksmart. That
Yeah.
movie like touched a certain part of my soul that I don't think a film has ever touched before. That was an incredible movie with incredible performances, all directed by Olivia Wilde.
Yeah.
So I definitely like love her as a director, and definitely trust her to make it an incredible film and have a good. And everybody coming off of who worked on Booksmart was just raving about how much they loved working with her, how fun it was on set, and how collaborative it was, and how they felt like she was just like the coolest girl in the room, but you could approach her, So I definitely think that that's how she operates. Like she wants to kind of, be as collaborative as possible. It's just, again, it's where it gets kind of sketchy is like, it's the Harry Styles of it all, I think. And, that whole relationship it gives us an X factor that I don't quite know how to think about it.
She saw him in the dress. Look, I'm just saying, she saw him in the dress. That was the selling
True.
point for Harry Styles.
True. She was like, done, casted. Jason, I'm sorry. Have you seen the picture? She showed him the picture and was like, listen.
Sorry, I gotta peg this man.
Yeah. She was like, what am I supposed to do?
I want to bounce off Sammy's point though really quick about the no asshole policy, like because Jareth is correct, like 100%, and like but to bounce off of Sammy's point as her trusting her as the director, because she is so good, it's like, whether she wants to blame it on the asshole policy or whatever, I mean, which is kind of bullshit within itself. 100% agreed. She has to maneuver things around to be comfortable with the process. You know what I mean? So if she's not comfortable with an actor there, she absolutely has to fire him. Whether she wants to blame that on the asshole policy or not. And again, I said this was a stupid story when I brought it up, but I'm telling you, like, whether I mean, if you're a director, if you're uncomfortable with an actor, if you don't think that he's right for that, like when you get into it, then you remove him from the project. Your job is to make the best movie possible, and whether you want to blame it on your policies or not, you know what I mean? It's just, anyway, that was my point. So let's get into the WandaVision discussion. We're pretty pressed for time here, so let's try to stick to the big stuff, if possible, and just get to the big moments. Big spoilers for everybody watching, for episode 5. So Sammy, I'll let you go first. Your thoughts on it. Try to stick to the big stuff, and we'll have a nice little conversation about it here for the next 10 to 15 minutes. Go ahead.
I mean, let's start big. She recast Pietro.
Yeah.
That was the moment that it was the Evan Peters who is saying he's Pietro Maximoff. That was huge, because again, I thought how Evan Peters would come is that he would be either Billy or Tommy. He would be both of them. He would be the twins.
Yeah.
And come in that way, and it would kind of be like Wanda could have like oh, you really look like your uncle. I wish you could have known him. And then maybe something else happens where he shows up. But yeah, that's where I thought he was going. So to see that
Turns
door
out
open,
he's playing all three.
I would be blown away because when they opened the door and I saw I saw the silver hair, so my first thought was Quicksilver, but I thought it was going to be um oh my god, what's his name? Aaron Taylor Johnson, right? That's his name. Yes. I thought it was gonna be him because I was still fully on the whole Evan Peters as Speed Train. So I mean, it was a shocking moment for all of us, but even it was still nice for even some of us who are kind of predicting what's gonna happen to still be shocked.
Not for Ian and I. We saw it coming. Uh,
Whatever.
Anyway, Jareth, what do you got?
Well, I think it's gonna pour in from well, first of all, I hope you guys know that she's not a mutant. She is not, and they've confirmed again and again. She got her powers from one of the crystals, the Mind Stone.
That's true.
And I'm tired of all these people on YouTube saying, "Oh, she's a mutant. She's a mutant." No. And they think that she's gonna bring mutants over. No, not even her brother. But not. I don't even know. Like, could this Quicksilver be a mutant? Because he was in the Fox universe, and now they're thinking that maybe this is how mutants are coming over into the MCU.
Yeah.
Through Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. And then there's another story that with what was it? Winter Soldier and Falcon, that they have the island of Madripoor, which is one of Wolverine's hangouts. It's going to be in that show.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they're just slowly sprinkling in the Fox universe, I think. And but I don't know how exactly they're going to do it.
Right.
On my thoughts on the overall episode, I thought it was one of the best episodes because you got to see in real time of what like Sword is doing and what Wanda's doing.
Right. Mm-hmm. I mean, my thoughts on it, Jareth, and I was telling Sammy this too, is I think she was 100% expecting Pietro. I don't think she was expecting him, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Because it's got to be Mephisto. It's got to be Mephisto or either Agatha, because remember Agatha. Well, she in that episode, she's like, "Oh, I have the doghouse. I have this."
Yeah.
Like she's always ready for the next thing to come.
She just happens to be there at the perfect moment every single time. Yeah.
Like she's got to be like knowing what's going on, some deal with Mephisto or Nightmare, or she somehow egged her on to do it, Wanda to do this on her own somehow.
Yeah. I mean, I think, I mean, the way I was explaining it to Sammy is she had a shocked look on her face, right, when she opens the door. If she wasn't expecting anybody, if she didn't know who he was, she just wouldn't have had a look on her face at all. She just would have been like, "Oh, you're the new neighbor," or something like that. You know what I mean? But she was expecting Pietro, for sure. She just didn't know it was going to be this version of it. I don't think she really understands how how Mephisto's terms, so to speak, work all the time, and I think that this one definitely took her off guard. If I could speak to just something else too, I'll shift gears here just a little bit. This ending moment, the performances were incredible at the end of this. Paul Bettany was on fire at the end of this. Like he brought the intensity.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, he was so good. As Vision, and just like the whole fight was great.
I would say talk about a great argument between a couple. I have
one more thing to add. Who do you think the astrophysicist is going to be that they bring in the next episode?
Because
that's a thing going on that they're
you think it's going to be next episode?
Yeah.
Bring him in. Ooh. Because I have a theory. And that would be insane if they bring him in next episode. because I think it's got to be Reed Richards.
No,
I think
no,
this is.
no,
I think this is
no, I think
Fantastic
that's
Four.
too
I feel it
soon.
in my soul. I feel it in my soul.
No,
that
I
would
don't
swear
think
to
be
God.
so.
wild if they bring
I
it in
don't
that
think so.
quick.
I
I
don't think
swear to
so.
fucking God, if we get Franklin Richards, I'm gonna be mad with the series.
Because I think it's gonna be. I think you have John Krasinski. I think John Krasinski and Emily Blunt should be first of all Reed Richards and Sue Storm first of all,
No, they're showing up in
and you have
Spider-Man
them
3.
show up. I think Spider-Man 3 would also be great.
No, it's got to be Spider-Man 3. That's John Watts is doing the Fantastic Four. He's doing Spider-Man 3. To me, that makes a lot more sense if they show up in Spider-Man 3. That's my prediction. You might not be wrong. I mean, I think.
They said aerospace engineer. I first thought goes to Reed Richards, and I know that they're wanting to bring in the Fantastic Four. And I mean, if we're just exploding the multiverse, this is. I mean, and not necessarily that the Fantastic Four are coming from a different universe, but I mean, if we're blowing everything up, then I think we are blowing everything up.
I do think Tobey Maguire's showing up this season.
I literally every night before I go to bed, I say a small prayer to the gods.
You don't think so, Jareth?
We see Tobey Maguire.
No.
I think it's happening.
I mean,
I wish for it every day.
He doesn't have enough ties to Wanda to make it in the story.
Nothing about this show reminds you of Pleasantville just a little bit. Anyway, Ian, go ahead.
Oh well, just okay. Like, are you talking as just a regular character or as Spider-Man?
Well, they might think he's a regular guy, but I think he's coming in as the character. Yeah, as Spider-Man, as Peter Parker.
No.
Because
he doesn't have enough ties to Wanda herself in the comics or in anything to be cast in the show.
I could be wrong. I could easily be wrong. I'm convinced. I'll just tell you that. I'm convinced. I could easily be wrong.
Like, Quicksilver makes perfect sense. But...
Right, you're right. It does. It makes more sense.
Like, we might get... I don't know... It'd be hard to explain, but the person that actually gave... we might get a hinting at the High Evolutionary, which he's the guy that gave her.
Ian, what are you smiling at?
You'll find out.
Huh?
You'll find out.
Okay, that's creeping me out. Anyway, sorry, Jareth. That threw me off guard.
Oh, okay. As the High Evolutionary, because she's the one that gave gave Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch their powers, so we might get like a cameo or something like that. But I don't see it happening. I see more of Agatha Harkness and more of that going on. I don't, and I just, yeah, I hope the astrophysicist is, but they could pull some no-name character out of their asses.
Yeah. Yeah, true. I mean, 100%. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think it's happening.
It's definitely someone very, very important because they make it a very big moment of, I know somebody who would love to help this. Take note, audience.
True. You're not wrong. It could be nobody, though. You got to remember it could be. I mean, you're right. They did kind of make a thing of it, but I think it could easily be nobody. Or it could be a very big somebody. Ian, this should be interesting. What do you got?
I can't.
I have a message for you, Sammy.
I can't. What is it? Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. You're just like resting like on his chest. You're just like
I want to point out that I told you so.
You did. You really did. You really did.
That's why I was smiling, Dom. And let me tell you, my fucking cheeks hurt. Anyway, fantastic episode.
Which cheeks?
The fight. Hey, ask Jareth. You guys have pretty much touched on topic of everything that I had to touch on. I think Franklin Richards would be an amazing pick. I feel like that would be not Franklin. God damn it, Reeve Richards would be. They better keep fucking Franklin out of this shit.
No, Franklin's coming. If they're definitely gonna have Franklin come. Eventually,
Franklin will break the universe.
Well, then he's a new bad guy.
He's not a bad guy in the comics.
Well, then the comics will change.
Oh.
Anyway, he's gonna break the universe if they bring Franklin in. Look, Reeve Richards, amazing. I love that idea as a pick for who this astrophysicist is gonna be. But aren't there other notable characters that are astrophysicists?
That's what I'm looking up right now, actually.
I'm pretty positive there's others that are notable as well.
It also it has to be someone who would also be involved with Sword in some way, or that's what I'm assuming Monica Rambeau would know an astrophysicist.
I mean, like somebody who's included on Sword would in the comics, from my knowledge, is Beast, which he has the intelligence of an astrophysicist.
Right.
But if we haven't included the mutants yet, other than Pietro.
Right.
My bad. Wrong way. Pietro. I told you so.
Pietro. I'm not fully convinced this is Pietro.
Jane Foster. Foster. She is an astrophysicist in the MCU.
Sure, and she is coming back in Thor: Love and Thunder, so that's a good theory.
That is true, and Darcy is already there, who
so
was her worked under her for so long.
It could be her.
Which is true.
Oh wow!
That's a good guess.
Well, if she shows up in TV land, Darcy's gonna be shocked. That'd be a good. I'm just saying, sure.
That's
true.
Yeah.
Is that Natalie Portman?
Yeah, I just thought of that.
No, that's Evan Peters.
No,
I'm so sorry.
I'm just saying, I just thought of that, how cool of a story point that could be. You know what I mean?
Smile. I
know he's jolly fellow that Ian, but I'm just saying, that could be a really cool story point if, Natalie Portman showed up or something.
I like the idea of either Natalie Portman or, seeing somebody who portrays Beast. I forget the actor who did it in Fox, but I'm not sure if they'll use him again.
Nicholas Hoult.
No.
I would have counted out.
Yeah, but then
I liked him.
Yeah.
They'd be like, wait, who are you? What are mutants? You'd have to explain this whole
do you though?
Discriminated race and
Sword could easily be like, hey, we've kept this under wraps for most people, just heads up.
I don't think you do it to explain it that much. Sorry, Ian. Go ahead.
No, you're okay. I feel like it'd be cool. I don't see it happening, but I like the idea.
Right.
Because again, we know that Beast has the knowledge to be an astrophysicist. Beast is a very intelligent individual. And I know he is a part of Sword in the comics, from my understanding. I could be wrong. So, I mean, him being brought on wouldn't be too far-fetched. But as of right now, it seems off.
Not to mention, you're talking about explaining stuff, but, it's television. If we're going to bring in things that we have to explain, do it on a TV show.
That's perfect, honestly.
We have 4 episodes left.
Also, Sword is run by the mutants now in the comics.
That is true.
Oh,
That's
really?
something I've seen.
Yes.
And isn't Jimmy Wang on there as well?
You mean the FBI guy?
Agent Wu.
Yeah. Agent
Wu.
Mr. Wang.
Oh God.
Evan Peters. Just pay attention to Evan Peters. Okay?
Pay no attention to the racist behind the curtain.
This is another question. Speaking of that, it's interesting to me that I still can't quite figure out. I can't.
He's not going away. I have to gloat.
All right, Samee, I'm sorry. What were you saying?
Smile. I can't with this. I can't. Okay.
Just look at me or Jareth or something. I don't know.
All right. The point is, who do you think is the missing person or persons that was in the witness protection program that Jimmy Woo was sent there to find?
Oh. It could be some mutants.
Yeah, it could be.
It could be Evan Peters' character.
It's true.
Possibly. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it could have been.
Yeah. Because still, it's like we don't know. We just know it's someone who was
Wait, it
in
wasn't.
witness protection.
Oh
Who's
yeah.
this popsicle?
No, you're right. We don't know. I was thinking they weren't missing Wanda. Yeah,
No, they weren't.
My
Yeah.
mind was going to that when I saw it at first, but then after it went on, he didn't expect to
Yeah.
see them there. So
And it's not the town, because when he shows up,
Of
he's
course
also
not.
kind of like shocked that the entire town
Right.
is just kind of missing.
That's a
you
good
know? And
point.
the entire town wasn't under witness protection.
Well,
I feel like I had
as
a
of right
theory
now-
about this, and I can't remember. Yeah.
As of right now, the missing individuals that are in witness protections are popsicles.
Huh.
I really can't. I can't.
Okay.
Well,
All right.
there's also the half mutant, half alien. That's the original director of Sword, Abigail Brand. And
Ooh.
it seems like, to me, it seems like the director of Sword himself has his own agenda.
Yeah, I do not trust that guy.
Yeah.
That guy he reads Hydra
Hayward
to
is
me.
evil.
He reads terrorist Hydra to me.
Oh yeah.
You ever seen the movie The Shining?
Ian,
You
they
have.
should
Yes.
lock you up and put you away somewhere. It's
What? Why?
you
Or
look
maybe
like,
they tried
you
and
look like a
Ian
Muppet
escaped.
right now.
Red rum. Red rum.
That's not what Muppets say. Anyway, what was going on? Oh man, we've lost complete control, everybody. I'm so sorry.
It's
No, I'm in control. That's fine.
I don't know that you are.
No, I am. It's fine. It's fine. But continue, please.
You don't even have a full neck anymore. Like
Please.
you're not
Here,
in
let me
control.
fix it.
All right. Yeah,
told
that's
you, I'm
so
in
much
control.
better. You look like you're posing for your baby picture right now. That's
It's here. Magneto's part of Sword in the comic book right now.
Is he?
yeah.
Yes.
Wow. Dumb.
Fabian Cortez. I'm not going to explain who that is.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Well,
But
yeah, that's another thing I've heard a lot of people talk about. Do you think we might see Magneto pop up in here
no,
at some point?
no,
I think so.
no.
We're disconnecting that.
Well, after
Tom, are you okay?
We're disconnecting that. Your head was gone, and just yeah. Sorry. I'm good.
Okay. Because because Marvel tried so hard to separate mutants and away from the franchise, even to comic book form, and change Scarlet Witch's origin story, they can't backpedal.
Right.
And backpedaling, you would have Magneto in there. Even in the comics, the mutants call Scarlet Witch the Pretender.
Yeah.
Because she, after one of the events, she said no more mutants, but in actuality, there were only 999 of them left. So they couldn't backpedal and say like, oh, we're gonna have Magneto. Like they might have like a guy that played Magneto as a cameo, but I don't think they're gonna have.
It's not gonna be like it's her father, Magneto.
No.
Will you get rid of that thing so we can listen to Grandpa talk, please?
I'm Grandpa now, or am I an old man, or am I?
I don't know, Jareth, anymore. I don't know what's going on. I lost track a long time. Thank you.
I could send him more memes if you want.
It's distracting. Anyway. It's funnier than hell, but it's distracting. I was losing. Jareth was trying to make a point, and I was losing concentration.
I was able to hear it the whole time.
Because you're not. Never mind.
Oh, good for you.
Right, exactly. Pull out the old Christian Bale. God for you.
Oh, God for you.
Jareth sent me another meme. I'm not doing it, Jareth.
All right, guys, we lost
I'm strong
complete
on this
control
one.
here at the show.
Let's continue with Jareth's theory.
I can't if you keep that
What
thing up
theory?
because we're all distracted.
Sword. I think
No,
I
it's
think
not.
Sword is
Right
going
behind
to be
you. Will you
more
get rid of it?
involved, and possibly like Sam said that maybe the head of Sword is some like Hydra bad guy deep infiltrating.
Honestly, that doesn't seem far-fetched.
And I think Nick Fury has his own deals up in space with Talos and stuff, because we don't know where Nick Fury is right now. And but they some people think that Doctor Strange might make an appearance just to match her abilities and bring her on to Doctor Strange too.
Yeah, I definitely like if anybody, especially with the cast of heroes that we have right now, if they're gonna get anybody to actually come to Wanda and actually be able to handle her and not just completely, be at mercy to everything she's at, it's Doctor Strange.
That's
the one.
What?
Why are you yellow?
Yellow?
What color is he right now, guys?
Are you colorblind?
No, he was yellow. There's a light fixture happening.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
He didn't turn into Bart Simpson.
Yeah.
It's my computer screen. You'll be fine.
Turn into Bart Simpson. That was funny.
He didn't steal your Butterfinger.
Continue. Me being yellow was not supposed to be funny by any means. I apologize for that one.
Well, okay, first of all, get rid of the background because we're all distracted. I'm really trying to listen to Jareth, and then I look over and you're fucking yellow, and the background's still there. Oh my god. Okay, I'm so sorry, Jareth. I'm so sorry. Please continue.
That's fine, but yeah, I think Doctor Strange is going to be maybe at the second to last episode. I think he's going to be on the second to last episode, at least.
Yeah.
Especially with my theory currently is that because Dottie is the other kind of big X factor in Westview, who I in case of like who I think doesn't operate fully under Wanda's oversight, like Agatha Harkness, but Agatha and the twins. Mm-hmm. And obviously Vision has the ability to as well, but also I'm pretty sure Dottie has like the ability to operate on her own. And I think that my theory is that I believe she's Clea from the Doctor Strange universe and one of the great sorcerers from there. And if that's true, then if her and Doctor Strange are connected at this point, then that's the perfect person to know exactly who to go to.
I don't know, but Monica Rambeau, some people theorize that she got her powers once she passed through the portal when she went back, and I don't know, maybe she
that theory.
Yeah, maybe, but I mean,
I think she already has him. I think she had him before she went in. I think she had him before the blip.
Because that's how she got in.
Yes, and I think something happened where Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers, came back to Earth, and there's something with I think Carol was involved. I think maybe with Maria Rambeau getting cancer, but also being healed from cancer.
Yeah, I've seen that theory.
Yeah. That's what I think makes the most sense, and then that adds why Monica is so upset with Carol now, because while Monica was gone, Carol was still out there and let her mom, in her mind, I'm assuming, let her mom die.
Right.
But yeah, I think she already has her powers. Something in between all of that, that's Monica got her powers somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Jareth.
What happened?
So we're saying Monica was able to go through because she had powers?
Yeah.
Okay, so what about the guy in the radiation suit?
Oh.
Does he have powers?
Well, he didn't. He
didn't go like straight through the
no,
thing,
he went underground. Then he went through the manhole, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was starting to change. It started to change as he was going through.
Right, and
because remember the rope broke off and turned into a fucking jump rope or something.
Yeah, it did.
And his whole
she didn't get through because she had powers.
No. So yeah, I don't think the theory that she gets powers and this. But
I guarantee, honestly, I can bet that she had powers beforehand. I can bet that. I don't think she was able to get through because she had powers, though. I think that's a very easily debunked theory, just
okay,
because of the guy being able to go through
right,
without powers, and then their automobile, well, technically remote controlled items were able to go through.
yeah.
They don't have powers.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think.
I'm just saying.
I don't think Strange shows up this season, Jareth. I got to be honest with you.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. I see how it would make a lot of sense, but I'm guessing he also shows up for the first time in Spider-Man. Because yeah, Strange is coming out after Spider-Man.
Okay.
So I don't think. I think they're gonna hold him off just a little bit longer. I do actually think that maybe Carol Danvers does show up this season, though.
See, I agree with that statement.
Yeah.
That would make sense too with Spectrum and Monica Rambeau and everything.
Yeah, that's where I think that's kind of going. I think that she'll be even if it's for a little bit, I do think that she's going to show up at least to set up something for the future, whether that be Captain Marvel 2 or something. It's just
do you guys believe we might get is Spectrum the name that Monica's hero is? I don't remember.
Well, it's there have been 3 different ones: Captain Marvel, Spectrum, which is on her mom's plaque, by the way.
Oh, okay.
So she might use that.
She's probably gonna go with Spectrum.
Yeah.
So, do you believe we're gonna get a Spectrum standalone? Because this is WandaVision, not Spectrum. But we have been following Monica.
I think she might be on like on different shows, like maybe like she'll be on the Wakanda show. She'll be on. She's right now. She's like a C-lister character.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, and I can definitely see her popping up in WandaVision, especially since Monica Rambeau is here, and I feel like that's a thing. If Carol finds out that Monica is back, I would assume that's something she would be interested in knowing, and then especially if knowing that something this big is happening on Earth with debatably the most powerful Avenger that needs to be brought to definitely Captain Marvel's attention.
Yeah. Listen, I mean, I love Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yeah, and
but he's not showing up this season. Like he's not showing up in this show. Like I think he's a great guy, but I feel like they're not going to be able to get him for this. I just don't see it. I don't see it. I don't know.
Watch, very last end scene is going to be him coming in like, hey, you ready to go?
I want nothing more. So if he shows up, I'll be very excited. So maybe that's like why I'm like subconsciously keeping my hopes, or not my expectation down for him coming.
Oh, have you guys
I would love him to come in.
Have you heard the theory for the Wakanda show?
No.
Okay, that Killmonger is going to train Shuri how to be Black Panther.
Oh.
How and when? How and when Killmonger?
We didn't see the body.
Oh, okay.
No, we actually didn't, did we?
No.
No, that's a good point.
Okay.
Maybe. I don't know why he just wouldn't take the mantle then.
Because he wouldn't be fitting. I'm sorry, it just does. It's not.
He was pretty redeemed there by the end, I think. I think that he definitely had a change of heart right before he died. He understood, and I would want to see him take it, but I don't know.
Well, I'll tell you why it's going to be Shuri, is because they're making all these young heroes now with Ironheart, the kids. They're going to be, and that's why on eBay right now, Young Avengers #1 is $100. The speculation doesn't lie a lot of the times. I mean, it does
maybe,
sometimes.
but I don't think she's fitting. I would not like that choice personally. I'm not saying that it's not going to happen because she actually might be, but like I like her where she's at. Like I just don't like her in that position so much. Not that she's a woman, because there are women in there that I would like to see take that position for sure, but not Shuri. Like I just think that she's so great in the position that she's in. I know that it would be a fan favorite and like they would love to see her do it. Secondly, I don't think it's going to happen in the Wakanda series. If it happens, it'll happen in Black Panther 2. The series, I think, is going to be exploring all different parts of Wakanda. Like, I don't think it's going to be, or all different things about Wakanda. I don't think that they're going to focus on any mains in the series. They might be in there to pop in, but I don't think that that's going to happen there.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But it would happen in Black Panther 2, sure. I could see it if they brought Shuri and made her the Panther for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, you froze there.
Oh, sorry about that. Can you hear me now?
You froze.
Am I good? Am I good?
Yeah.
Am I good?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. No, but I could see if they bring in Shuri and make her the Panther. I just don't think it would happen in the series. I think it'll be in the second movie. So.
There's also, they think they still might bring in the Submariner, if you know who that is. Basically,
Yeah.
Marvel's Aquaman.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
And Black Panther 2. There's been like talks of that for years now. And
Yeah.
I mean, they could bring in. I mean, because they have Atlantis. At one point, Atlantis attacked Wakanda, and that could be another story about like how are they going to deal with this without Black Panther.
See, soon these movies and these TV shows are going to come like start becoming like $1 trillion budgets. Just because of all the roles they're going to have to fucking put in.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see. I mean, it'll be interesting if they even have to cut budget just due to what's been going on during the pandemic this year, unfortunately. And, but we'll see. That's an interesting thought. But go ahead. Go ahead.
I'll say, I really like the idea of Shuri training to become the Black Panther because I agree. Where I think they're going also, I think it's both of a track to opening the multiverse and having that explode open, and then also trying to get to the Young Avengers, and so that story can continue. Because I think, like, again, all the things with Cassie Lang being recast with Catherine Newton and Kate Bishop being such a big role in the Hawkeye series. Like, I think this is what we're getting to. The only thing is, one of my favorite parts of Black Panther was the way that Killmonger died and his final words of, just throw me in the river. Like,
it was a great moment, but the circumstances have changed though too. That's the other thing.
It is very true.
It's like with the changing circumstances, they might want to take a fan favorite like Killmonger and use him to kind of lead into this new generation of or not generation, but you know what I mean, to pass on the torch, so to speak. But I think that, like, I honestly want to see somebody please refresh me on Lupita Nyong'o's character, but I want to see her take it.
Who?
That would be really cool.
Lupita Nyong'o's character. I cannot think of her name. I'm so sorry.
I can't think of
I feel bad about that, but I think
she could do it. From the Dora Milaje, or how you say it?
Yeah. And she's a strong enough actress to take the lead in something like that. I think that would work even better. I like Shuri.
That could work.
Yeah. I like... sorry, I was going to say, the one thing about Shuri I want to make a point on is that, like, does the comedic, like, levity that she adds, like, really work for the Black Panther character? I just feel like with that character in particular, it's not that he can't be funny at all. I'm just saying, I feel like he needs some kind of there's a certain presence. I don't feel that with Shuri. You know what I mean? It's not about being worthy. I'm just saying, like, I don't feel the presence on screen. Like Lupita can command the screen. We've seen her do it in other things. I think she could do it really well here. But sorry, Jareth, go ahead. You were saying something.
It would make more sense, especially if they want a Black Panther now that's more similar to the age of what the Black Panther used to be.
Yeah.
And if they want to have a female Black Panther, it would make more sense, including passing on the torch. And they could retcon it in the comics too, or they could make her the new Black Panther again. I see that happening, actually, now that you mention it, more likely than Shuri being the next Black Panther.
Yeah, definitely.
Maybe down the line, but not right now.
That was the next point I was going to bring up. Now, if you want to start grooming Shuri now, and then like 3, 4, 5 films down the road, that's like Shuri's whole journey, and like that would be amazing if she eventually just became it in like 3 films down the road or 2 films down the road or whatever. But you start grooming her in the second one. But for now, give it to somebody like Lupita. but on the side, without us maybe even realizing it, just start grooming her for that role. And then like so that by the time she becomes the Panther, she's had the arc to get there, and it feels so much more earned, because that's the direction I would like to see them take Shuri, if anything. But right now, she's just, the way that her character has been set up, she just does not command the screen in that way. But I think that you can start grooming her to do so and evolve that character, put her through some things that are going to evolve her to eventually maybe take on that role. And I think that would be more interesting than anything else.
I really like that a lot, especially just thinking now about how I was gonna think about, like, Shuri grew up thinking that she would never actually have to be Queen of Wakanda or the Black Panther.
Right.
She always had an older brother who that was always his thing. He was always going to be there. So she never really got groomed in the same way that he did, because he was always going to have that role and she was never going to have that role. So I think I like that. I like giving her the time to prepare for that, because, you know, her brother had his entire life to prepare for that.
To me, it would just feel like we're doing this because the fans like this character, but not necessarily because it makes sense. And I want them to be able to honor the fans and you know, make them feel okay about all this. But I also I don't want the story to stop making sense all of a sudden, because I understand the circumstances are, you know, very different right now. But like,
you don't want a Star Wars.
No, 100%. No, that's a good point. I don't want that in Marvel. I want this, like, I want to, I want it to be planned. I want what Star Wars has become. That's why what you said threw me off, because like now we're getting somewhere with Star Wars, but
but you don't want the Skywalker saga.
Not what happened in the sequels.
Yeah.
No, exactly. Yeah, I want it to make sense, and I think that, because Marvel's built that way, you know what I mean? Like, like
Kevin Feige.
Yeah, he's built this in a certain way that I honestly, the only reason I would see him do that is for fan service. But I can't honestly see him and Ryan Coogler getting together and saying, "Yeah, we're just gonna throw Shuri in there." It'd be way too on the nose, way too predictable. Wouldn't make a lot of sense to where her character's at the moment, and I can't see them coming to that conclusion together, other than to just, the fans like the character, so let's give it a shot. But that's not the way their minds work. I think that they're much more story. They're
nuanced.
Yes, thank you, nuanced than that. You know, so I think they have a better plan for us, and something that's going to make us a lot happier. And groom Shuri up for that role, because I would like to see it eventually. So, yeah. All right. Unfortunately, we do have to wrap up, guys. We are way over on the time we thought that we were going to go. Part of that was my fault in the beginning. I am so sorry for doing all the mistakes, guys, but I appreciate everybody being here, and we're gonna keep at it. And Ian, I'll start with you. Where can the people find you?
You can find me at Jewtacular Ian on Instagram and YouTube. And I should be uploading a lot more stuff here soon. So, I mean, feel free to definitely check that out. That's Dom will link it, you know. I got some good stuff coming for you guys.
All right. Wonderful, wonderful. Jareth, where can the people find you?
Gamble King 871 on Twitter, and Recovering Fanboy on Instagram.
All right. And I thank you boys for being here very much. And Samee, where can the people find you?
Yeah, I am at Samee Ramirez on Twitter, and then Samee Ramirez 14 on Instagram, spelled Samee.
Yeah, and also, guys, make sure you follow our accounts on Stereo, because we've been doing a lot of extra content there for you guys, and we want to make sure that you guys are tuning into that, because it's been a really great way for us to connect with the listeners on a much deeper level, or any level, than we are here, because really we can't really discuss anything with anybody here, pre-recorded stuff. So it's a good thing we do too, otherwise you would have had a very silent show at the beginning here. But, anyway, so thank you guys for joining so much. You can find me at Dom_Martino_ on Twitter, and Dom_Martino_official on Instagram. Dom Martino on Stereo. She's Samee Ramirez on Instagram. Yes. ianjschick on Stereo. Sorry. I said Instagram for Samee. I'm sorry. On Stereo, Samee Ramirez. And Jareth is Goblin King 714 on Stereo.
871
871 on Stereo.
Right there.
So disrespectful.
Yeah. I didn't say that.
Disrespectful.
All right, guys.
honestly.
Thank you for
Unbelievable.
joining, and we're gonna wrap up here. Yeah. All right. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Bye bye.